We are not experts. Do not take advice from us. We are just people talking on the internet. We are not experts. We are not experts. Do not take advice from us. We are just people talking on the internet. We are not experts.
And welcome to Say Less, Say More, the trio that you never knew you needed. Go and get your money, little duffel bag boy.
Yeah.
Tonight, we got a lot coming at you. When is it time to cut family off, and what does it mean? Got a lot of sports, a lot going on in the sports world. Sherrone Moore, that playoffs are here, college football playoffs and everything. Then, of course, you know we going to get into a little bit of some drama from the Joe Budden Podcast.
Joe Budden Podcast.
And I'm warning y'all right now, we got to talk about Diddy. What does 2-5 hate this week? Why don't you wait and see? But I got the guys with me, the one and only El Rezidente. And guess what? He's fresh from San Francisco. And then there's this other guy. He goes by Fly Eagle Fly. But I don't know what his name is today.
Come on, man. You already know what it is, man. Jackie Rains, a.k.a. Ringo Mandingo, a.k.a. Swaggy J, a.k.a. Radical Jack, a.k.a. Jack Daddy. Yeah.
All right. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right to it. So, fellas, you know what I'm saying? Red's going to start us off. Walk us through this trip that you went on. First of all, you know, yesterday was his birthday, y'all. So, you know, happy belated birthday.
I mean, ladies, calm down. Anyway, so yesterday was my birthday. Turned a big fofo. I can't remember a player I think John Riggins was 44, right?
Yes.
All right, 44. My John Riggins.
Tom Rathman, maybe?
Tom Rathman was 44. So yeah, shout out to give it to a Niner. Tom Rathman, my Tom Rathman year 44. I wanted to bring it in one of my favorite cities in the world, San Francisco. I had an opportunity. I actually headed out there last Friday, and just got back today, set up the computer, and got ready to go. But it was an amazing trip. Sunday, I got to see my Niners play against the Titans. A no punt game. You know, anytime you play a whole game and you don't punt at all, that's usually a good thing, unless they just turn the ball over repeatedly, which thank God we did not. My guy Brock Purdy looked like Brock Purdy looks when I watch him play football. And I got to eat at wonderful food places. If you have not been to San Francisco, amazing food city. Pier 39 Crab House, always a fave. We went to Water Bar last night for my birthday, which has amazing views of the Bay Bridge. Did Fisherman's Wharf, did Chinatown. We did the things. I rode the trolley. It was great, man. So I'm just glad to be back home with my family, but get ready for Christmas. So thanks for that, my fellas.
Yes, sir. What's happening in your life, Jack?
Oh, man. Not too much, man. You know, I'm kind of like I'm a cigar smoker now, officially. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I've tapped in officially. You know, I've learned what cigars to pair with certain whiskeys and tequilas, and you know what I'm saying, kind of gone on a deep dive on that. Outside of that, been reading this book. I don't know if y'all heard of it. It is Become Him, written by that guy right there. So you know that's been pretty cool. What else? Oh, the Eagles. We finally got a dub again. So you know, play fly Eagles fly. Oh, my bad. I forgot the Commanders. Y'all do the little 4-win thing, and yeah.
Hey, you know what? let me clean up your mess here. First of all, shout out to Marlon Wayans.
Big shout outs, man. La Tricadente cigars. All right.
There you go.
$30 cigar. Slow burn. It's got a cocoa leaf, a little spice.
It's got a what?
Cocoa leaf. Or cacao, depending on who you are. But yeah, I still say cocoa.
Is that what they use to make cocaine?
Don't know anything about that, brother. Just talking about cigars.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You can probably find it in Cream City, though. So, well, over here in 2-5 world, I want to take a minute to thank all my readers out there. My third month. This is month 3 on chopchat.com. Y'all took me from 3,300 views my first month to 7,400 my second month. And here we are on December 18th, year of our Lord 2025. And we have cracked 10,000. You know what I'm saying? So, we're just packing this weekend, getting ready for this trip to Montreal. About to do some toboggan sledding and all that kind of stuff. So, and of course, y'all can check out Sports Reports Assorted. But that's enough about me. Let's just get into this talk real quick.
Let's do it.
So, I heard that y'all were the kind of guys that just up and stop talking to family.
What?
I don't know where Jack went.
He's here. So
I'm here, man. So just a quick update. My grandma fell, so that's why I had to answer the phone.
Oh no!
No!
How's grandma?
She got released. So you know what I'm saying. Normally I don't really care about a lot of things, but actually had me kind of sad. But yeah, she's good. She got released.
All right, good.
Nothing wrong with it.
So now tell us how you don't talk to your family.
What a segue. Yes.
What a segue.
You couldn't even, telegraph this if you wanted to.
Come on, man.
So the whole thing about the non-contact, right? So I seen Oprah do a thing about it. Then I watched this YouTube where this dude was reacting to a bunch of TikToks about people talking about it. And basically it's just getting rid of the whole moniker that if it's family, you gotta be around because it's family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your uncle. You gotta love him because it's your family at the end of the day. Or even all the way to, that's your brother. You gotta love him because that's your family. And it's like, no, actually, I don't. I don't have to like this person. I don't have to partake in their relationship. Like, I don't have to be a part of you. If you're bringing nothing but misery to my life, why do I need to continue to have contact with you? And, so long it's always been blood is thicker than water. Blood is thicker than water. And it's honestly, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Cain killed Abel. Like, it's not true. You know what I mean? So the whole no contact thing for me is, I told my wife that going into 2026, I'm done entertaining foolishness. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a negative person and you got nothing but negativity going on, I'm not going to entertain it, bro. I don't care. So, yeah, I support the whole no contact thing, man. It's a new thing that's going around that's getting big, and I support it. If somebody's bringing nothing but misery to you, cut them off.
Yeah, I can't say. So what I'll say is I'm very big on family. Family's like the most important thing in the world to me, more than anything else in this world. But my peace also means a lot to me. So I am willing to forego any relationship with anyone who doesn't mean my mental health, my well-being any good. And sometimes that is family, unfortunately. I think I think the problem when we talk about these kinds of things is often that people want to cut off family for very small things, and I think that's where the problem is. Like, okay, it's got to be something that's really big, like you cussed out my mom and like disrespected my wife or something like that. Like, not showing up to the family potluck is not a reason for me to, cut off family members. People, I think that's the issue. I think I think everybody should have like deal breakers that are like, okay, if you can't be in my life if you do X, Y, and Z, like you just can't. I think we've spoken earlier, in here about like none of us having relationships with people that are deadbeat dads, right? For me, that's a thing. Like, you can't be a deadbeat dad and be in my circle. You can't disrespect my wife or my mom and be in my life. You can't disrespect my children and be in my life. Outside of that, most stuff I really can deal with. I don't care what your political affiliations are. I don't care, who you like, what your sports teams are, or any of that stuff. What you wear, how much money you make. That stuff doesn't mean anything to me. But just common decency. In general, like people without, like, I got friends that don't have a whole lot of money, but they have really good hearts. And if I needed them, if I was broken down on the side of the road, they would come pick me up. Like, to me, that means something. That's a good person. Now, if you broke and all you ever do is take, I just create a different space in my life for you. I don't got to cut you off. I'm not initiating conversations. I'm not trying to plan hangouts with you because I'm not trying to pay for all your stuff all the time. But people who know me know, like, if I invite you to lunch, I'm probably gonna try to pay for lunch. If I invite you to dinner, I'm probably gonna try to pay for dinner. That's just how I rock with my friends. But if every time I talk to you, you're trying to ask me for something or trying to borrow something from me, that whether you're friend, family, whatever, blood, water, whatever, I don't got a whole lot of time and energy for you. So yeah, that's my stance on it.
Well, I look at it like this. As far as family goes, we may share blood, but I didn't choose you. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to my friends, I chose you. So it's up to me to choose wisely. So, you know what I mean? There are certain lines that you just can't cross. I do believe in that, regardless if it's a parent, sibling, cousin, whatever it might be. There's just certain lines that you don't cross. And I admit, I struggle with forgiveness. I will cut somebody off quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I operate, because I feel like if you know me well enough to know what those things are. Now, with that being said, I didn't necessarily grow up in a close-knit family. So a lot of that stuff is easy for me. It's easy for me, harder for other people. So quick, I can just walk away, snap of a finger. Joe Budden said it like, I'll erase the whole history and act like we never met. You know what I'm saying? That's how I operate. You know what I mean? Like, and here we are. And there are pitfalls to that, I will admit. Let me take a quick second. I ain't gonna get too deep into this, but know, but like, me and my mom don't have the closest relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now, here she is, she has dementia and everything. And she probably don't even remember why we don't talk.
Right.
But the reason that I bring that up is to say, depending on that relationship and who you are, I will exhaust myself until we get to that point. If you're worth that, if you're that person in my life, I will try everything possible to keep you in my life. But at some point, you got to decide you want to be there.
Yeah. I agree. So I guess I'll come back to you. So what are things that people can do that would demonstrate to you, and to you both, I guess, that they don't want to, like, they're not interested or they don't deserve to have that space in your life?
25, you want to go first? Or?
No, you go ahead. Go ahead, because I know you want to say the L word.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The word is lie. The word is lie.
I thought you were going to say liberal.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I love liberals. You didn't like that thumbs up? That didn't seem genuine. But
I see. He podding.
He's podding.
He's podding. Nah. So my thing is blatant disrespect and repeated offenders. If me and you go at it, and then we have a conversation, and we're like, "Hey, you know what, man? We really did too much. I'm sorry. You're sorry. Forgiveness. Yada yada yada. Right?" And then 2 months later, here you go, popping off again, and it's like, wait a minute, like, didn't we just tell each other, like, hey, yo, we're not gonna do that, because it should never get that deep. All right, I'll let you go one more time. The third time, bro, you clearly got a problem. I don't want to hear about your mental illnesses. I don't want to hear about your life going through the grinder. I don't want to hear about none of that, dog. Like, there's no reason for you to constantly disrespect people that you quote unquote love. Yeah. If you love somebody, then operate in that. And if you can't, then step away.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't like the acting like this is second grade and talking behind people's back. You know what I mean? So, like, there might be an issue that you have with me or something that just bothers you about me, whatever it might be, but I got to hear it from other places. You know what I mean? Like, and then when I confront you about it, you still ain't even going to be thug enough to be like, yeah, that does bother me or whatever. It's like, no, that was taken the wrong way. Like, no, you shouldn't even have said it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of how it was taken, you shouldn't even have said it.
Yeah.
You know, things like that, you know, like with my family, there was a lot of disrespect. Like one in particular that I'll bring up real quick is like, I had told somebody that in my family that I had lost a baby. And like their reaction to that was, well, yeah, God protects fools and babies. And I was just like, woo, you know, what do you even say to that? Besides, like, I want to bitch slap you, but you know what I mean? But, you know, like once you say something like that, that's what I mean by crossing the line. When you say something like that, there's things that you say in the heat of the moment, or you might be upset, and I could be like, they're having a bad day, they're grieving, whatever it might be. But there's some things that you just can't take back, no matter what the reason you said it was.
You know, 25. Let's walk back. Let's walk that back real quick, because you might have said that in the moment, and you might have took it the wrong way, but they might have really meant it in a genuine way. And I know we had talked about like how people say, you know,
every day happens for a reason.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, really like.
Well, you know what? Fuck you and your reasons.
Yeah, but thinking about it, it's like some people really don't have the answers, and some people don't have the discernment to say, let me just not say nothing right now. Some people feel like not saying anything is the worst possible outcome. So some people feel like it's better for me to say something, because in their mind, they feel like expressing something is going to mean something more to you than just being quiet and being cold. So when he said God protects fools and babies, he probably meant it in a way that children are covered and they don't go to hell. They're sinless.
But see, that's the thing. That's why you got to know the person that you're talking to, right? Because like if I know things that trigger y'all, right? There ain't no reason for me to even try, to make an analogy or try to make, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like so anybody that knows me, related to me, all that kind of stuff, like they know how I feel about, like, I don't know, kids and pregnancies and all that kind of stuff like that. So for you to even fix yourself, you know what I mean? You were just being selfish and wanted to get that off for whatever reason.
That makes sense. I mean?
That's it.
It definitely matters on the relationship for sure. If you know me in any type of personal way, then yeah, you know what triggers me, you know what doesn't. So you should definitely know, like, oh, you know what, that's a soft spot.
Right.
Here for you if you need me.
Yeah, but I definitely think, like, for words to be the reason why I don't associate with somebody, there had to be some really bad words.
Yeah.
And I think
something flagrant as hell.
Yeah, it's got to be mad flagrant. But I do think a repeated display of the fact that you don't care what I value in my value system and disrespecting it. We were having a conversation earlier about like certain words, right? And like I told 2-5, I was like, listen, if me saying this certain word offended you, no matter how much, if that's just the way I talk, I wouldn't say it, because I never want somebody that I care about to think that I don't care about the things that they care about, right? But if we're friends and you're like, oh, I don't care you saying it, I don't mind you saying it around me, then cool, I'm gonna say it around you. But if if ever the day comes where it's like, yo, that's not cool, don't say that. Right. I'd stop immediately. Yeah. And I think that that's what people who love you will do. And I've seen that hurt marriages. I've seen people in marriages be like, in relationships, long-term relationships, be like, well, this is the way I talk to people. You just have to get used to the way I talk to people. No, I don't. I don't have to get used to the way you talk to people. There's nothing about me that says that I need you so badly that I'm going to allow you to speak to me in a way that I feel is insulting, whether you think it is or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why from this day going forward, I'm never going to say the word liberal to Jack again. You know what I'm saying?
He says it. It's up.
But what I will say to Jack is, Jack, this is the part of the show where you take a nap. You know what I'm saying? So the college football playoffs start tomorrow.
Let's go!
College! Come on.
The Alabama Crimson Tide are going to Gaylord Memorial Stadium. That's the name of the stadium.
What?
Gaylord Memorial Stadium in Norman, Oklahoma, to try to get revenge on the Oklahoma Sooners. On Saturday, down here in our neck of the woods, Jack, down in College Station, you got the Aggies.
A&M. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Welcoming in the Miami Hurricanes. And then you got the two games that people are upset about. You got the rematch between Tulane, the Green Wave, shout out to RJ, going
Shout
up
out to
against
RJ.
Ole Miss down in Oxford. And then the main event, James Madison from the great state of Virginia. Virginia is for lovers. Going out to Eugene, Oregon to play, as I like to call them, Duckzilla. So, Rez, what are you looking forward to playoff-wise?
So I saw Miami live this year.
Okay.
So I'm definitely interested in seeing them again, seeing if Carson Beck can do some things in this playoff. You know, they did a whole lot of lobbying for Miami to make it to the playoff over Notre Dame. We sort of talked about that controversy. And just as an aside, grow up, Notre Dame. But yeah, I want to see what Miami does. I want to see what Bama looks like, because losing in the SEC championship game, which they did, right?
Yes, they did.
Losing the SEC championship game is not an eliminator for the playoff committee. So if every year we're going to get the two teams, because this is essentially what I'm assuming is going to happen, we're going to have the two teams that play in the SEC championship every year in the playoff.
Well, so luckily, you know, to your point though, last year, you know, SMU did get in, you know, when they lost the ACC title game. You know what I mean? And there was another team that I want to say got in too. But, you know, so it's not a death knell to lose your conference title game. But quick,
in the SEC,
the problem that I have, though, this is the problem that I have. Alabama didn't even drop in the poll at all. Like, you know what I mean? They just stayed where they were. And then on top of that, these people keep telling me you shouldn't be hurt by playing an extra game that other teams didn't have to play. Cool. I can understand that. But the same people were telling me if Bama would have won that game, they would have got the bye. So if it can't hurt you, it shouldn't be able to help you either.
Right.
It's just something that happens. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm looking forward to that game tomorrow night. Oklahoma and Alabama, Gaylord Memorial Stadium.
Yep.
You know, SEC on SEC matchup. You know, we'll see how Ty Simpson's back look. But what I'm most interested in is if Alabama loses that game, does Kalen DeBoer take the Michigan job? That's what I want to see.
I don't think he will.
I don't know. But speaking of the Michigan job, Riz.
Go.
All right, this is where Jack comes back in for a second. Sherrone Moore. So not only did he get caught having the affair, but then he goes to the young lady's house, you know, with a knife and threatens butter knife, threatens that he's going to kill her, kill him. His blood is
being facetious, or did he really have a butter knife?
He had a butter knife.
He had a butter knife. He told her that his blood was going to be on her hands, and she was going to watch him bleed.
Can I just say something?
Go for it.
The floor is yours.
Go for it. You want ISO?
This man made $10 million, right?
5 this year.
$5 million this year alone.
Yeah.
How many years has he been a head coach?
This is year two. Yeah.
So that means before he became a head coach, he was making money as an assistant coach and or coordinator, right?
Yeah, he was the offensive coordinator under Jim Harbaugh.
So you have $5 million.
$5 million.
That's just for this year. And you decide to throw it all away because you're angry at one woman.
No, that's not why.
What was he mad about?
He was mad that she told on him.
Well, he fired her. That's why she told on him.
Well, he fired her from.
She was his assistant.
She was his assistant.
Yeah,
okay.
and they were having
doubled her
affair.
salary.
You know, his you know, he is married. You know, he has 3 daughters.
So he on his wife with his assistant, fired her. She was gonna tell everybody about the affair.
No, she did tell him.
Yeah, she did tell everybody. The school fired him, and upon being fired, he went to her house.
Okay.
And broke into her house too, by the way.
Okay, so give me that ISO again, Rez. My bad. Let me correct him.
And now he's facing 6 years in jail. Now he's facing 6 years in jail.
Yeah. Now that we got the context. You had $5 million from your job.
He did.
And you decided to throw it away because you got fired for being a dumbass.
He did.
So it's not like you wouldn't have got the job back. You wouldn't have been head coach again, but you would have 110% got hired again as a coordinator. You know why? Because you cheated. And you know who else does that? Majority of men with a lot of money. So nobody would have been like, damn, dog. We can't
hire him. He's a cheater.
hire him. Like, come on, dog.
He
You would have
cheats
got
on
your
his
job back.
spouse.
Like, what are we doing?
Even though,
Now-
just brief aside, I do not trust men that cheat on their wives. If you cheat on your wife, you made a vow to God, to her. You're not. I can't trust that you're going to keep your word.
Let's put a pin in that.
Go
real
for
quick.
it. Sorry for
Let's
that.
put a pin in that because I want to go back to that.
All right.
But I will say, you had $5 million. You had no reason to do it. I get that you got caught or whatever, but taking a butter knife over there and trying to threaten this lady for no reason.
Well, see, that's where the story gets even funnier because, allegedly this affair has been known about since the summer, and the school had been investigating. But last week, or a couple days before it all broke, it was early recruiting day, where they were signing recruits. So the word on the street is they might have kept this on the down low, so they could get the recruits in and then fire them.
So not only did you get caught, but your school actually had your back long enough for you to get a check and disguised it under he's stupid. And honestly, if he goes to jail, he deserves it for being
6
a moron.
years. 6 years.
6
Stalking,
years.
breaking it.
You deserve it for being a moron. Now,
Yeah.
Rez, when it comes to men who cheat on their spouses,
Do it. Talk about
it's
it.
not that I don't trust you. It's that I don't know how far you'll go with my name.
You didn't make a vow to me.
Now, and that's the thing. That's the thing, though, right? Because this lady gives you fellatio. This lady probably is giving you children. This lady probably knows about your deepest, darkest confession secrets, yada, 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 because she's your wife, not your girlfriend. This lady has seen all your birthmarks, terrible toes, etc., etc.
She takes care of you when you're sick.
You know what I'm saying?
And you need to cry. She's the
is,
person you cry to.
my thing is, again, it's not that you cheat on your wife. It's just that if you're going to cheat on somebody that touches you in ways that I would never do,
Okay.
I don't know what you're gonna do to me. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Whoa. You going to this ain't the Diddy part of the show yet.
No, just that serious. Like,
It depends on the relationship. Though.
I heard,
Some people are open.
somebody say. So when I say that, I don't mean like, oh, dude cheats on his wife, I'm never talking to him again. It's just like, dude cheats on his wife. I know he cheats on his wife, so he can't be but so honorable. Like, he can't be. Like, you made a vow to God that you're breaking actively without remorse. Even if you have remorse. I'm nobody compared to that.
How much remorse do you have for multiple cheating?
I don't do like you, as you mentioned, I won't go as in the details, but I don't do half the stuff for you that your wife does. I don't do probably 1/10 of the things for you that your wife does. If you lie to her, lying to me ain't that hard.
Hey, the more
it's funny too because as we talk about like friendships with men and stuff like that, like my thing is like I don't even care if you cheat. I just don't trust horny guys. Like men that are just extremely horny are dangerous men.
Like that was part of like Cosa Nostra. Like that was one of the rules.
Like it's insane to me.
This rule?
The rules like that you cannot be in Cosa Nostra if you cheat on your wife.
Oh, okay.
That was a rule. That was an original rule.
Damn.
Hey,
because again,
it's just dangerous. It's dangerous.
You would lie to her, I mean, just think about it, y'all. An oath, like you stood in most of y'all stand in churches. Y'all stand in churches.
Lord.
You got a pastor. You got these rings that you're supposed to be wearing. Like there's a
1,500 people you invited.
Lineup. Y'all paid a whole lot of money for this thing, and then you stand and like it's just like. Now, do people make mistakes? Absolutely. I'm not a perfect man. Everybody got something in their past. But the man that I try to be in my life on a day-to-day basis, at least since I came cognizant of myself, it's like, nah, like that's just not cool. Not only do I not do it, I don't surround myself with people who do it. But I know we got to pivot. But
So
man.
what you're saying is Bone style, all cream ain't good cream. So so look, I turned around. Rez was sitting out here talking about I turned the big 4-4. Phillip Rivers is the big 4-4.
Me and Phillip Rivers.
He has been the big 4-4. And every pass that he threw last week took about
44 minutes
seconds to get. What are the Colts doing?
Yo, the Colts they're trying to navigate a really tough situation, bro. Like they cannot really let Riley Leonard run that offense. It was silly season with Riley Leonard at quarterback.
Can we just
Anthony Richardson is hurt.
He's back in practice now.
He's back in practice. He's in the 21-day window. But as I've reminded everyone since the inception of the Say Less Say More podcast. Some of us believed in Danny Dimes, coming into the season. Some of us did, Some of us didn't, And for those people, maybe y'all feel like you're justified now. But remember, the version of the team that we see right now, everybody is much worse than they were when Danny Dimes was a quarterback. Jonathan Taylor, who was amazing, was leading the league in rushing. The numbers they're not numbering the way they were before. So you got to ask yourself, like, what did that guy contribute? So when you think of what the Colts are trying to do, we got them this Monday. We got this Monday night football. Yeah, Monday Night Football. Like whoever they put in there is not going to have a great game. Phillip Rivers is gonna be accurate, of course, but I'd imagine there's gonna be some picks in there, some turnovers. It's gonna make this game not that hard to win. But I think they're fighting, dude. They're doing the best they can to try to preserve the season. You mean to share that, 2-5?
Not yet. I'll let you know.
Is Phillip Rivers going to throw the ball for more than 30 yards?
Yes, because
on
the
a single play
will bend and break.
He's gonna get yards.
Yeah, maybe not on one play.
So this is my thing.
He'll have between he'll probably have between 180 and 250 yards passing.
I just want to know, of all the QBs available. Of all the QBs available,
all the disrespect to Ryan Tannehill.
Why are we going to the retirement section of the store?
Well,
not clearance rack, not new shipment.
Well, we've been seeing this. Joe Flacco's gotten how many jobs in the last 3 years?
Yeah, but Joe Flacco never retired.
Yeah, and Joe Flacco could have scored the 0 points that Joe Burrow put up this past week.
He wasn't in the league. That's true.
He wasn't in the league.
But what, dog? Phillip Rivers is literally 1 year away from Hall of Fame status, and you went back to get him.
Restarted his clock too, and but allegedly him and Shane Steichen are really close. They're really good friends. Obviously, he played for Shane Steichen, before. So they have a relationship in that way.
He knows the offense really well.
He knows the offense really well. He just doesn't have the physical capability to do what the Colts need him to do.
But can we throw a flag on the play real quick?
Okay.
Cameron Newton.
Nah.
Sir.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what you think it is.
Mm-mm.
It ain't that.
Mm-mm.
There's no world in which they were calling you.
Mm-mm.
There was no world in which they were calling you. I hope you hear this from the bottom of my heart. As a fan of football, as someone who watched you at Auburn, watched you in Carolina, watched you in New England. There is no universe in which they call the Cam Newton that we last saw on the football field. After what, 4 years? Has it been 4 years since he left the league?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you call Phillip Rivers, why not?
Phillip Rivers looked much better on the field last time we saw Phillip Rivers than Cam Newton.
Roll that Patriots footage.
Go back to that last year, the Patriots.
Roll the Patriots footage.
I'm just saying, at the very least, Cam Newton is younger.
That's great.
At the very least, on 4th and 1, 3rd and 2, Cam Newton can make a play that Phillip Rivers can't make.
No, he can't. He cannot anymore, though. But he
yes,
can't
he
anymore.
Can.
No,
he can.
Can we roll the Patriots footage?
So you think that
that man had COVID, bro?
What's he doing?
That man had COVID.
All right.
No, Cam played after the COVID year.
You know what
Cam played after the COVID year.
Hey, just because your quarterback got to play against the Raiders last week, don't be coming up in here taking shots. That's
No,
all
but
I'm
seriously,
saying.
I'm sorry my quarterback didn't break his arm and then get forced back into the game.
Cam played. He played the year after COVID. He didn't just like remember he had the COVID year, but he played the year after COVID. He
Didn't
couldn't
he go
finish
back
the
to
season.
Carolina
And then he went back to Carolina.
and look like ass?
He did not look good. Like, and
It's not like Phillip Rivers was lighting the world on
no,
fire.
he wasn't. No, he wasn't. But let's go back
his
to.
shoulder was messed up.
But let's go back to the points that we made about Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers has a great relationship with Shane Steichen. Phillip Rivers knows the offense inside and out, and he's played on that team. The last team he played for was the Colts. In that offense, they were never calling Cam for this.
Not to mention, Cam has ruined any piece of anybody wanting to bring him onto a football field because he talks too much.
All right, now you can share me, Riz. All right, pause. Actually,
that was crazy.
Now you can.
All right.
Wow.
So this is the playoff picture as of today. If the playoffs started today, this is what we're looking at here. What stands out to you guys? What do you see? Do you like the bracket for your team?
No, I don't.
Say more.
I only don't like it because I don't want to play the Rams. I don't want to play Philly in the first round. I don't want to play Philly. I think we could beat Philly, but I want the Rams. I want the Rams, or I want Carolina.
Well,
those are the two teams I want.
Since Rez clearly doesn't care about our friendship,
I do care about our friendship.
I didn't want to go against the 49ers in the first round because I didn't want to have to go against my friend this early in the playoffs.
Oh, I never. But that
he doesn't care. He doesn't fear Philly. But whatever.
But you
if we
think
got to do it, let's break some more hands and legs.
Let's
put some more people on IR. I don't mind.
So is it a fair statement to say you think y'all can beat us?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can beat y'all. See, ta-da! That's how sports works.
You said it with aggression.
No, I didn't.
Said it
I don't think I did.
F them.
No, I didn't. I said I think we can beat them, but that's not the team I want. The team I want to beat are the Rams or the Panthers. I want to beat the Rams because there are certain Rams fans that just need a real humbling.
Well, they're not really Rams fans.
And I want to play the Panthers. I want to play the Panthers because if they play the Panthers in Charlotte, North Carolina, I will indubitably be in the building for that game. So
y'all never lost when you've attended a game, huh?
We lost one game that I attended when we sucked. I want to say it was the year.
No, that wasn't Tom Zula, was it?
It was Tom Zula's year.
That don't count. Yeah, no, that don't count. I'm talking about.
It was the only time. Like it's literally the only time I've ever gone to a Niners game. Was like, yo, we're not going to win this game. Like we're just not. It's just not going to happen.
All right. So the Chiefs have been eliminated, obviously. But I'm going to pivot back to the NFC real quick because we got Tampa. Speaking of Charlotte, North Carolina, we got Tampa going to Charlotte this week. And this is one of those games. If Tampa wins, winning the division becomes very easy because they can clinch it next week. Yeah. If Carolina wins this game, week 18, the winner of that game, is winning in. Detroit.
The Panthers screwed themselves last week, by the way, losing to the Saints.
They got swept by the Saints, by the way.
That was crazy. You couldn't allow that to happen.
Got Bears and Packers this weekend. So, if the Bears on Saturday, if the Bears win that game, they don't clinch the division, but they pretty much do because the Packers got that tie. Detroit is sitting out of the bracket right now at 8-6. They got Pittsburgh coming in. If Detroit loses, you can pretty much stick a fork in them. But in the AFC, let's look at the AFC for a second. Let me ask you guys a question.
That 3-6 is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I want to get to. Because I was talking to Mr. Logical the other day. And, of course, the Chiefs are eliminated. So there's this pressure now that he was saying that the Bills have. As far as, hey, the Chiefs aren't there anymore. Like, y'all got to get it done. So, but this was my perspective, and I wanted to know what you guys thought about it.
Go.
My perspective is, yes, Kansas City is gone. But if you're Buffalo, you have to start out on the road. You're the wild card. Some of that pressure eases off of you because even though people are looking at you saying Kansas City's not there, you should win, I think just as many people are counting you out because you don't have home field advantage, and now you got to go through the gauntlet. Yep. So what do you guys think about that?
I gotta say, nah. Nah, I don't care what the situation is. This is Josh Allen's opportunity.
Okay.
You've been stomped by Patty Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
You've been stomped over and over and over again by Patrick Relevadu Mahomes.
For Levidu?
Yeah, Relevadu. And now he's gone. You know what I'm saying? So
Is he related to Dr. Vasilier or something?
Where did you get his name from?
I don't know. That's what his mama called him. I ain't do it.
That's
Come on, man.
hysterical.
Anyway, go ahead.
But no, honestly, Josh Allen doesn't have an excuse. If you don't get it done this year, we have to take Josh Allen out of this whole. He's one of them. Like, he is one of them, but we got to take him out of the class of like, oh, yo, he's elite, because he can't get over the hump. He's
Yeah.
Carmelo.
Yeah, so let's look at this, right? So, Josh Allen, he'll go against the best quarterback that's not Josh Allen in the playoffs, in Trevor Lawrence. If he beats Trevor Lawrence in the first round,
Say what?
if he
Who's
beats
better than Trevor Lawrence?
who's better than Trevor Lawrence?
Hold up.
Who's better
Drake
than
May?
Trevor Lawrence?
Hold on.
Drake
Are you
May?
hold on. Are you talking about in the AFC, or are you talking about?
I'm talking AFC. I'm talking in the AFC playoff picture right now. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
Who,
would say
Justin Herbert?
I would say Drake May's better right now.
Justin
Well,
Herbert?
No, not Justin Herbert.
And not only would I say that Trevor's better, I think Trevor's weapons are better.
Yeah, that Jacoby Myers pick was.
Yeah, that
big.
Jacoby Myers pickup was crazy. Like it. What it did was it solidified like their skill players. And Jacoby Myers is so consistent. That's what Trevor Lawrence was missing. He was missing his Edelman. He was missing his guy that, okay, I know if nothing else is going well, I can throw it to him. He'll catch it. He'll do something with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, go ahead. I didn't want to take you off your point. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. So if Josh Allen beats who I think is the second best quarterback in that side of the bracket, there's no excuse for them to lose. Like, there's none. There's none. And to your point, like I said, if he does it, and if he can't do it with no Mahomes, no Lamar, y'all love Joe Burrow. Not y'all too. I won't do y'all like that. But the masses
Baltimore
love Joe
ain't
Burrow.
eliminated yet.
I was about to say, who?
Like, who else you said?
I said let's not put Baltimore in the grave just yet.
But I'm just saying, like, right now, what we're looking at, none of them are there. None of those top guys are there.
I mean, what is Baltimore supposed to do, Tufa?
Well,
And
Baltimore still got Pittsburgh one more
I
game.
don't think if Baltimore makes the playoffs, they're going to do it. I don't
And
think they'll do
Baltimore.
anything.
Well, speaking of which, hold up, real quick. Speaking of which, Baltimore has a chance this weekend to make a statement because they got the Patriots coming in on Sunday Night Football.
Are they
Patriots
beating the
gonna win this.
Patriots 2-5? Let's be honest.
I think they are. But go ahead. We don't got to sidebar that. We go ahead.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I think if the Ravens make it, they're out in one.
Yeah, they're definitely getting stomped.
So, do you guys here's one. Between Denver and New England,
Mm-hmm.
which one do you trust more?
Denver's my Super Bowl pick. So.
I don't trust Bo Nix.
Man, y'all
Okay.
it's bow time. Y'all gotta stop doing my
Yeah,
boy.
That's- see, and this is my issue with it's bow time thing. It's bow time every other week. It's never been bow time 2 weeks in a row.
Hey, to be fair,
I mean,
they have won
that's
like 10 or 11 in a row.
I understand, but it's bow time every other week.
Well,
Okay.
it's bow time when the defense doesn't get the job done, and that's rare. So I mean, I can't be mad at my guy because his defense is doing what they're supposed to do.
It's bow time every other week.
So do you think so even though you don't believe in Bo Nix,
I don't believe.
do you think that you see a team in this bracket that can go to Mile High and win?
Can go to Mile High and win?
Yeah.
I think New England could.
New England. I was
I
going to
think New
say
England could.
Houston.
I think the 2-7 matchups will be crazy. I think
I was going to
like,
say Houston because
they're on a tear right now.
Houston is like the team that you did not expect. They really came out of nowhere.
Right.
Well,
Because
they're
CJ
the
Stroud
one
looked
team
so
that-
weird in the beginning of the season.
they're the one team that can match Denver's defense.
And they have a quarterback.
They do have a quarterback.
All right, so let's get back. So let's go back over to the NFC for a quick second because I wanted to bring up why are people still playing with Brock Purdy?
Dog.
You want to know the truth? Because
I do
Brock
want to know
Purdy's
the truth.
name. I'll tell you why. Because Brock Purdy's name is not big enough amongst casual fans. Because ESPN and the likes of do not speak about Brock Purdy. So people who don't watch football, they have no idea about Brock Purdy. All they know is he's the guy in San Francisco. He's that one quarterback in San Fran.
He was the last pick in the draft. That's what they know.
That too.
He's the last pick in the draft, and because he's the last pick in the draft, he's not supposed to be good. So we have to come up with every other reason why teams are winning, despite the fact that this guy is phenomenal. He's phenomenal. I've heard arguments that, oh, well, Shanahan schemes them open. Schemes them open. There's literally plays, and it's multiple plays in the game. The initial play breaks down. He takes the ball. He goes back into his drop. His one is not there. He gets his two, his three. He scrambles to get away from a tackler, runs to the opposite side of the field, throws the ball across the field, across his body, which you're not supposed to do as a quarterback, makes a complete pass, which is anybody else did that, we'd be like, oh my God, this is so great. Well, Brock Purdy like, oh, Kyle Shanahan schemed that. Y'all think Kyle Shanahan schemed for Brock Purdy to run around with the ball for 20 seconds before he threw the ball?
Yeah, let them tell it, bro.
Dog, come on, dog. Then it's, but the weapons. Dog, most of this year, not only do we not have Brock Purdy, we have most of our weapons. Ricky Pearsall can't stay healthy. Juwan Jennings got big money and stopped playing like a top tier 2. He's not even a top tier 2. He's playing like a good 3 right now.
Yeah, Brandon Ayuk is in witness protection.
Brandon Ayuk is just got the not playing. We releasing him tag on him. We know what Debo's gone. We brought in Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne and Brock don't seem to have the chemistry that Kendrick Bourne and Mac Jones had. So they're still trying to figure it out. Sky Moore, like, who are the people that y'all like, oh, these are the people that's dominating for the Niners?
And then you got the offensive line issues.
I'm about to say, the 49ers injury issues alone should give you...
And Trent Williams has been getting his lunch taken from him, like, all year long. And I love Trent Williams. Like, Kyle Shanahan should be much higher in the Coach of the Year talks. That's the first thing. And 2, I just wish people stop playing with Brock. I just went to the Niners game on Sunday. Like I said, a no-punt game. We had one fumble. That was like it was a fumble, And then we had one play. That he threw it into big coverage and the guy just dropped the ball, which we was very happy about. But what I will say is this. I saw a play with Caleb Williams on Sunday. Where Caleb Williams fades back, he scrambles around, and he throws the ball in the middle of 4 defenders. 4 defenders. And it just so happened that the receiver got to the ball. If Brock Purdy makes that same throw, what's the talk? Oh, he takes too many chances. It's just Joe Flacco throws 3 interceptions in the game.
I agree with you. I feel the same way about the whole Flacco Burrow thing. Joe Burrow goes back to his team, and now it's back to he doesn't have any help. But
that same team that was putting up how many? They were putting like 30 and 40 a game.
They had Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco had T. Higgins having Jamar Chase wonder if he's really the number 1. Like, we scored a donut.
They scored a donut this past weekend. But hey, how about the New York Knicks having to hold down the championships for New York City?
Oh man, there's a New York Knicks City championship.
Can you say New York City?
New York, stand up.
You know what I'm saying? Is it fair to say that during the NBA Cup, the Knicks were in a New York state of mind?
Come on, man. Because greatness is like brought back to the city of New York, man.
Yeah, stand up, New York.
Yeah, and Josh Allen, keep your thumb away from people. Or Josh Hart, keep your thumb away from people's butts.
What are you doing, sir?
Yeah.
What?
You know what I'm saying? But that was big though, because they caught San Antonio riding high off of the big win against Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City went down, by the way.
Which was a great game. That was an amazing game.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm really sad that San Antonio didn't win.
You should be. Because
one thing I can say is that when the city wins, San Antonio turns up, dog. Like all weekend, it's just man. I know you've been. Have you been here 2-5 for a championship?
No, I have not. The
Dog.
Spurs haven't won the title
Hey,
since
when the Spurs
2014.
win, dog, all you hear, you driving down the man.
Who told you
Everybody
that?
walking downtown. It's just it's dope. It's dope.
Who told you about it?
No, you better. I see what you did there. You better hope the Spurs don't win, because if the Spurs win, you might just see ice up around here. So you know what I'm saying?
I'm out. I gotta
go. So, but the thing about it is that, you know, the Knicks haven't won a title since 1972.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Last year, Giannis, the Bucks won, you know, Cream City brought home the NBA Cup. And Giannis was like, we ain't accomplished nothing. So do you guys view the NBA Cup as an accomplishment?
Yes.
Well, the GOAT LeBron does. So
no, it does. And see, that's the thing. My problem is that people treat anything new like it doesn't matter. And just like there was a time where there were only 4 teams that made the playoffs, right? They expanded the playoffs now to 7 teams on each side, right? Like over time, things evolve. And I think that the NBA Cup, once they figure out how to actually make it make sense, because there's some stuff that they do with the NBA Cup that just does not make sense to the average fan. They have to make the NBA Cup make more sense to the average fan. Right now, it doesn't make sense to the average fan. But once they figure that part out, like, it's going to be around. They're not going to get rid of the NBA Cup. The NBA Cup is better than the All-Star game.
The reason that it doesn't matter to me is because it's still in the regular season. It's not a separate entity. You know what I mean? So like, besides the title game, all the other games count towards stats, regular season records, and all. So for me, it's kind of like you won something in the middle of a season.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why it doesn't matter to me. But what does matter to me,
Joe Hendry,
is that John Cena gave up.
What?
The guy that said never give up gave up.
Gave up.
Come on, man. Come on, man. We talking about Cena, man.
Put your ones in the air for John Cena.
GOAT. Come on, man.
Look,
He doesn't do that.
So first,
double threes.
No, that's also white power. I'm not doing
so
it.
now that the John Cena tournament has concluded, John Cena has retired. Thoughts?
Y'all know more about this guy than I do, man. I'm gonna clear out and let y'all cook.
All I'm gonna say is, I will say that Saturday Night Main Event was probably the best Saturday Night's main event that we've seen since it came back. It was really good how they had all the wrestlers there from NXT, giving them a lot of spotlight. The matches were good. That last match, man, you know, you can say what you want. There's 2 ways to look at it. Either you could be upset that John Cena quit with the tap, blah, 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 however you want to look at it. Or you can look at it like they created probably the best heel we've seen in the last 5 years.
So this is one of those situations where I like the result. I don't like who they gave it to. You know, because Gunther is already established. He was already a monster, you know, long streak, Intercontinental Champion, became a world champion, all that. So as far as Cena tapping out and giving up, when I watched it in real time, live, I was upset about it. You know what I'm saying? But as I had a chance to digest for a couple of days, you know, I thought about it and I was like, this is the way that you make somebody. They just did it with the wrong person. And I just didn't like the ending. Like, I don't mind the tap out. What I mind is you spent 5 minutes of sleeper hold. Break out of the sleeper hold. I'm going to elbow you in your head a couple of times. Put you back in the sleeper hold. And then they just did that for 5 minutes. And it was like there was a more definitive way.
It was a bad match. Just overall, it was a bad match.
Yeah, and I don't mean this disrespectfully. There was a better way to put the dog down.
Yeah, and Gunther is good enough of a wrestler where they could have made it a great match.
I don't know if he is.
So
I don't believe he is. I don't think Gunther is this wrestler that everybody says he is.
So what I'll say is this. Again, y'all know, and I have to always give this disclaimer. I stopped watching wrestling from like 2005 till 2025 for the most part. Like I just came back. So that's literally the entirety of the John Cena era, if you think about it. Like I did not watch this dude. Every time I've seen him wrestle, I'm just like, this is your man's. That's who y'all like love like that. I don't get it from a wrestling standpoint. I understand the personality. I get the, never give up thing. He's never been a good wrestler just based on what I've seen and the things that I've watched. Gunther has wrestling ability. Now, what I'm seeing and what I've seen, especially since that big match happened, I didn't see it leading up to it, but it seems like they let him flip a switch. It seems like, because the way he came out of Monday Night Raw, I was like, hold up. This is kind of dope. Like him coming to the ring and just saying, I made Cena tap out. And when he tapped out, he did like a little B and walk out the ring and then walk back to the ring.
And say it again.
Yo, I was like, this is fire. That's making the most of not a whole bunch of words. And I feel like people talk about like mic skills. They normally just turn it into, he can say a bunch of stuff really well.
Yeah.
Gunther owned Monday Night Raw. So much so that when they told him to leave for the night, I was mad. Like, no, let him stick around. Let's see what other kind of shenanigans he can cause tonight. I want to see like who's going to challenge him. What's happening next? Because now, like what we talked about with the Cena tournament, there's no title tied to it. So you don't get somebody that kind of heat to keep them out of title contention. So there should have been some kind of, all right, you're the guy, you retired Cena, so now here's the natural next step. And I feel like they're just like the WWE has seemed to be able to do over the last year that I've been watching. They once again didn't have and now what?
They did.
For Gunther.
They wrote it just into that fight, and that was it.
And I love the interaction with AJ in the parking lot too. You know what I mean? And but so I like what they did afterwards. Like I said, I like the result. I just don't like who they gave it to. But now, maybe we're foreshadowing, right? Maybe, AJ Styles is next up to retire or something, and now Gunther's gonna retire him too.
But you know what though? Now that I think about it though, what if the exact same thing happened and it was Jey Uso? I think if Uso fights John Cena, and y'all know I don't like the hypothetical world, but this is wrestling, so we can do this here. Uso makes Cena tap and turns heel instantly.
See, y'all, if it was Jey Uso and Cena, y'all would be doing this segment by yourself because I would have turned the channel probably.
Yo, no, but think about it though.
That would be fire.
Think about it. The exact same thing Gunther did. The exact same thing. He comes out. All he says is, y'all doubted me. I made Cena tap like a Lil B and walks out the ring. Yeah. He comes back to the ring.
Play my music.
It did like Gunther did, which I thought was brilliant. The third time he came back, he didn't even go to the ring. He just went to the announcer table and stood on the announcer. That was so fire. If that was Uso, that would be fire if Uso did that.
So for me, I know we got Jackie Uso here.
Yeah.
But for me, I envision that with LA Knight.
LA Knight doesn't need to be a heel.
I don't think he had a heel on him. I don't think he has heel on him.
He doesn't need to be a heel. Like Jay needs the heel.
Jay doesn't need to be a heel. He just needs to wrestle better.
Well, what would he do when nobody's saying when he says LA Knight? LA Knight.
Boo.
The one thing that he's good at goes away.
Oh, you know what he could do? He could turn into Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh,
he does it. No, he does his LA Knight, right? He could LA. You know what I'm saying? And
but boo.
Nah,
the last thing
already
we need,
call him a rip-off Rock.
The last thing we need is for him to copy some more of another wrestler that we've already enjoyed. No,
let me talk to you.
Hey,
let me talk to you.
You know who's a wrestler that I have never enjoyed?
Randy Orton.
Austin Theory.
Cody Rhodes.
Oh, Austin Theory. I've never seen him
wrestle. You have to explain this Austin Theory thing to me because I
only know him to be the guy that got destroyed by John Cena, The Rock, and Roman Reigns all on the mic.
So when Austin Theory first came along, he was Vince McMahon's new pet. This is like, hey, this is the future. This is the guy that I'm backing. You know, he had the little, you know, he would take selfies. You know, Vince hated it because, you know, Vince is the old guy. He's the young guy. But Vince saw the potential in him that I want to get behind you and make you my corporate champ. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know what I'm saying, over the course of time,
He wants to get behind him and make him the
Yeah, he wanted to
corporate
get
champ.
I was
behind
about to
him.
say, like,
You know what I'm
is this literal or is this figurative? Like,
So he won the Money in the Bank, and then Triple H took over, and then Triple H just sunned him. Like, he would just come out, fake like he was going to cash it in, get his ass whooped. Then eventually he like decided he was going to cash in for the US or the IC instead of the world title. Lost that match.
how do you lose after you cash in?
And then they threw him with Grayson Waller for a while. They were funny, but then The Rock sunned him, you know what I'm saying? And then he's been hurt ever since. So, you know, they're trying to make it happen, but I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's just.
For those who don't know,
I guess we
Austin
gotta
Theory
see
is
where
the
it
masked
goes.
man. Just in case
Yeah,
you
he's the
haven't
masked
seen it
guy.
yet.
We were wrong. We thought it was Montez Ford. I thought it was going to be like a whole slew of them, and Seth Rollins going to come back with his own vision. But
Why would they make it make sense?
And I feel like
what
they
if,
wasted it. It shouldn't have
and
been
what
on
if
Raw.
but what if there's actually more than one masked man?
That would
that
be
would
fire.
be dope. I would love that.
That would be fire.
Like
But I don't
Austin
like
Theory,
that
if they bring
was
Austin
on
Theory
Raw.
in, yeah, if they bring him in and then have the masked man pop up again and like
Yeah,
stomp somebody.
like they did.
It's like, wait a minute,
but
like-
they just did that with El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
yeah, they ran that story terribly. That
And
was a good
that
angle
story
with
still
the
doesn't
guy.
make sense to me. I
But
still don't get it.
They messed it up because Chad Gable got hurt. So
Yeah,
there's
Chad Gable got hurt. He was supposed to run with it, probably win a title off of it, and then they had to do the audit or the audible, you know, to make Kaiser, you know, the damn Americano, which
And
we could be
everybody
having a
raced
Kaiser. Yeah, we could have been having a Kaiser Gunther feud right now. You know, the
Yeah.
whole Imperium.
because they were friends, right?
Yeah.
And then they broke up. Yeah.
You know, so we could have had that, but they're trying to make Austin Theory happen. It's not happening.
It's
The
not
thing that's
bro.
happening in WWE right now is Maxine Dupri.
Shout out to
You
Maxine.
know,
She finally
she's
fought somebody.
Yeah,
She
she
did
finally got out the videos and got into the ring.
He beat Becky 2 belts.
Yes, and now she got her first title defense under her belt. And I will say, from that match that she had with Becky to this match against Ivy Nile the other day, she looked like she improved. Leaps and
Yes, she
bounds.
did. She did.
Good job.
She did. I don't know if it was just the wrestling montage, you know, that really hyped her up, but she definitely looked more confident in the ring, and I'm pretty sure that's probably, you know, character development. She looked more confident. She looked like a much more mature fighter in the ring than she did in that match against Becky. But I also think that that's sort of the story that they're trying to develop, is that she was this like inexperienced wrestler who didn't have it yet. She goes back, she goes away, she trains in that weird montage with apparently Bret Hart's family member.
Yes, Natalia. She's Jim the Anvil Neidhart's daughter.
Nice, good
Oh,
for her. And
know,
and now she's back and she's screaming more.
Which
now,
I think that's where we go. I think they end up fighting.
Yes. So I didn't understand the being upside down and taking her straps off thing. I was really confused by that.
Well,
I
that's
feel
the
like she's trying to do
whole
the
like
Bron
Kurt
Breaker
Angle,
thing.
all the American type of I'm the
Chad
super wrestler.
Gable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they all take it off.
Bron does it
Bron
too.
Breaker does it
Bron,
too.
no, Bron does it. Bron's is the funniest of them all.
Because he puts that
Like,
thing back on. Like
he
y'all
puts it back on so he can take it back off, which is the funniest thing in the world. Like,
He said,
they're
"Did y'all-
doing some
did y'all
little
see me
stuff
do
with
this?"
Bron. They do some little stuff with Bron that I think is really rich. That I think like
The whole
as
tweet?
yes, like I like so no, but yes.
No, the funniest thing is this note that says Braun cut a good promo.
He did cut a good promo, man. Let's
he
give him
cut the
some
best
love.
one he's cut so far.
Let's give him some
You wanna give
love.
him some love?
bro. Like,
I'm gonna bring it down some.
But I thought he was a cross-eyed Nepo baby or something.
yeah, that's what CM Punk said. I mean, CM Punk, I don't know. The crowd doesn't believe him. I don't believe him. If you watch Raw, CM Punk did not get no love. Unless I'm being a hater right now.
I don't think
If I
CM
am,
Punk
please
is.
tell me.
I don't know if it was just a bad CM Punk city. They definitely were not feeling CM Punk at the level that we're used to hearing CM Punk
He
being.
was like, blah, blah, blah.
It was like
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, murmurs. Murmurs.
I don't
It
know.
was-
I don't know. I don't know if the crowd is just getting past the whole CM Punk thing. I think there is something to the fact that the top WWE stars are all older people, and you gotta keep your fan base like you gotta keep them. And there's something to CM Punk being the voice of the new generation, despite having like all gray hair.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy.
And the thing is, he should have got the biggest pop when he said, "You want CM Punk from 2013? You can't handle CM Punk for 2025." That was supposed to be a banger.
Yeah.
And the crowd was just like, yeah.
So last thing to wrap this up real quick. January 5th, Netflix, CM Punk defending against Bron Breaker. Should they put the title on Bron that night?
January 5th,
Yes.
2026.
Yeah.
It's time for the new people.
If
Bron Breaker.
I think
yes.
no. I think no. So this is what I think they should do. I think Bron should lose at SummerSlam, sorry, on January 5th. But I think that they need to find a way to get the title on somebody bigger than CM Punk. Insert Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns gets the title.
And they give it Bron?
Wrestles Bron Breaker at WrestleMania. And he passes the title at
I ain't gonna
WrestleMania.
I ain't gonna lie. If Bron Breaker gets it off of Roman Reigns, that's a torch that fire is gonna be stupid. Like that's
how you do it.
A great fire.
That's how you're supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, so when I watch wrestling, it's always amazing, right? Because you can never tell who's in pain, like real pain, or who's pain because you're selling the move.
Yeah, because now they're
But what
making
I
that
do
a
know,
thing.
but what I do know,
I see somebody's face in some steel.
see y'all fucking it up. Y'all fucking it up. I'm trying to go somewhere with this.
I think you got water. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So when I'm watching wrestling, I can't tell who's in pain for real and who's just selling the move. But what I can tell you is that Lil Rod woke up with all the pain.
Oh, Deb.
What?
What?
Lil Rod is crazy.
He woke up with all the pain. This man said that he woke up and Diddy was next to him. He was sore and he never even got his money.
So you know what I want to know?
Sore cheeks.
And of course we're talking about the Diddy the Reckoning Netflix documentary that came on.
I'm sorry.
I want to know this.
Talking about cheeks and then Reckoning immediately.
How did he allow this to happen and not like ask like, yo, did something happen last night?
Can we just give it a bean? Can we just be honest? He was getting pumped and he knew he was getting pumped, but he was getting money and he was just like, bottom line, it's either he liked it or he didn't want nobody to find out because
he never got the money.
He got paid while he was with Diddy. I don't care what the documentary says. You were getting paid. You're not just there and you're just like freeloading around and you got a wife and kid. Like he was getting money. It might not be like millions of dollars, but he was getting 10,000, 15,000.
Nah, he said he didn't get paid at all. And so the way I can see that happening, because what happens is, think about this, right? So you're Diddy, right? And you have this multi-billion-dollar franchise. So so you bring people to your house, they stay at your house, you feed them, they travel with you. If they want clothes, you buy them. So it's like, yo, I need money. Well, no, I'm already giving you a place to stay. I'm already feeding you. I'm already doing this. I will get you the money when I get you the money. Like, you don't need money right now because I'm taking care of you. And that's essentially what was happening. Because dude's like, he stayed with him for 2 years, he said?
He was taking care of him, all right.
So, like, if you're not for me, like if I was to work with somebody and they're like, yo, you gonna come stay at my house and work with me? No, I'm not. I'm going home to my wife and my kids. I'm not coming to stay at your house. So that takes a level. There's a certain wall that it seems like wasn't there from a business perspective that hurt. Jesus hurt that limited his ability to maintain a professional relationship. Like if me and my boss getting high together every day, I can't be like, oh, it's unprofessional to not pay me. Yeah, it's unprofessional to get high with me. It's unprofessional to drink with me. It's unprofessional to get prostitutes with me. It's unprofessional
to sleep with me.
to sleep. Dog, you like. So that's why barriers are important, right? But I think within the confines of this, the Diddy documentary conversation, one, since the documentary's been produced and published, a lot of the stuff that's been said in it has been disproven. One of the big ones was that they made it seem as though they knew for a fact that Diddy had a role in the death of Tupac Shakur, not the death of Tupac Shakur, but the initial shooting of Tupac Shakur.
Right.
Jimmy Henchman.
Jimmy Henchman literally went to jail for this stuff. Like there were investigations that happened and people that admitted to doing it, and Diddy's name was not mentioned at all. Diddy was in the studio at the same time because it was at a studio in New York that Diddy also goes to. But even in the movie, the Biggie movie, Biggie and Diddy are in the studio together. Lil C sees him out the window like, hey, Pac's here. Come on up. Like, all right, cool, I'm coming up. So like there's certain things like that. The footage of Biggie when Biggie was talking about he was afraid for his life. Remember they chopped that up to make it seem like Biggie was saying that right before Life After Death happened, right before he got killed. Nope. That was actually before his first album came out. And that interview was with Pablo Torre. Not Pablo Torre. Torre. Torre was like, I did that interview. We did that interview before Ready to Die even came out.
You talking about like BET Torre?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what about this, right? What if, for the sake of 50 Cent being 50 Cent, the whole documentary was satire with a little bit of truth mixed in? Just for him to get the big bucks.
You can't do that.
You can't do that, bro.
Well, allegedly there was more evidence or more video that they couldn't put in there because he said Netflix only approved 4 episodes. But apparently they had something that said that Diddy had a baby with Tupac's fiance shortly after his death.
I don't
know.
I don't know, bro. I just know that I've always thought Diddy was a freaky dude.
But
so a lot of this stuff is not hard for me to believe just because, like, when you got that much money, people are going to do things, and people, like the power thing is a real thing. You do have power, but when you have that much money, people just want to be around people with money sometimes. It's not even about a power aspect. Like, some people just want to be around you because you're the guy.
But it's a leap, though. But it's a leap, though, to go from, oh, this is a really freaky dude, to this guy is a monster and a criminal, like at the highest degree. Now, we know he commits domestic violence. That's something we've seen not only just with his relationship with Cassie, but in other instances, there's actual documented evidence of physical violence.
What about
when it comes to Kim Porter?
What about that? So what about the part of every girl that I see, whether you're my friend or not, I get her?
But that's not a crime.
It's not a crime, but I'm just saying as far as character goes.
Right, no, because so if they made a documentary that says, yo, this dude is a terrible person, he beats women, he tries to sleep with his homeboys' girls, that's his entire bag. That's one documentary. This documentary made this man out to be the worst thing since
like Raymond he was like Reddington. A mafia boss. Like, you know what I mean?
Like and he was on the blacklist, dog.
And on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to look at these rappers all differently because, I was listening to some of these dudes and I'm like, you don't be in these streets like that. And I'm like, there ain't no way you was letting this man do all this stuff and he's still walking around and I'm supposed to be taking you seriously on that level.
Dog.
Yeah, I ain't going to lie, though. If you wake up next to somebody and your butt hurt, you ain't putting your fist in his face?
Yeah, that's like, the crazy thing. Like, right. Like the first time it happens, like he's like, oh no, it happened multiple times. Like, it happened multiple times? Like,
yeah. And like right before, well, it's funny because right before this documentary, about a month and a half ago, I read Mark Curry's book. And a lot of the stuff that they talked about in this documentary are things that Mark Curry talked about, like how Biggie wanted to go home, when they were out in Cali, how he thinks that Diddy had something to do with both Pac and Biggie's murders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's always something that I've thought myself, you know what I mean? But as I was watching this, I was just like, bro, like, how does this dude still walking around? Like, that's what I wanted to know the whole time I was watching it.
Yeah, I really want to know, like, what does he have on these people to where? And it must be the freaky stuff.
It's the
gotta
freaky
be.
stuff. Like he got their
Everybody,
booties
everybody
and
has had sex with him. Every band member, everybody has been goosed by this dude some type of way, and he uses this as blackmail.
Like I don't want to sound like Mark Lamont Hill or anything, Jack, but but Aubrey O'Day broke my heart, man. Listening to her tell her story, that broke my heart, man.
Well, I'm an Aubrey fan, so I've always heard her, like, even back in the day when Bad Girls Club used to come on and she would do her little tweets and all that kind of stuff. Like, Aubrey's always said Diddy was a freak John. So hearing about her, little encounter in the room and all that, I'm not surprised.
Now that
she always said the dude was a weirdo.
So for that, I think like that's, to me, that's stuff that we should be going after those criminal charges. Like if there's any way, if there's any way to prove it, if there's any way to get people around that could testify to that being the case, like that needs to be.
I know there was a person. I forgot who the person was, but there was the person that told her, like, "Hey, if you want to go to court, I will testify to what I saw." But the problem is that she doesn't remember any of it.
Right? She doesn't remember, and she says, "I don't want to know anymore."
Right.
Like and you got to respect that, though.
Yeah. Like, that just broke my heart, man.
He's moved on from it, and she doesn't even want to, know.
It's also extremely sad to me that it seems like instead of going after the criminal, everybody's suing.
Yeah, they just want the money.
It just feels like that's what makes it feel nasty. If it's this person, like, go back to the R. Kelly thing. People weren't suing R. Kelly for money. It was, no, this man is abusing children. Like, he needs to be off the streets. He got mad money. He can sue you all. You can sue him all day. He will gladly give up every dollar he had to not be in prison. Yeah, these people need to be behind bars. If Diddy is what that documentary says he is, that's not laughy jokey time.
Right.
And I get so annoyed when we act like, oh, it's pop culture, so it's cool to just laugh and joke about it. Like, we make the pause jokes and, that's cool. But you're talking about, like, grape?
Right.
You're talking about sexual assault? You're talking about people's, like, I knew a young lady who would wake up in the middle of the night screaming because she would relive some of the stuff in her dreams that happened to her growing up. Right. I was like, that's not something, like, there's no amount of money you can give that young lady that's going to give her back, that's going to take that away from her.
Her dignity, yeah, all that, yeah.
That's tough. So for me, if 50 did this as satire, shame on you, bro.
Yeah, he's just as big of a piece of shit as he's saying that Diddy is.
Right. If you did this, if you decided to overlook absolute facts to make a satire to make this man look like a monster, though we've seen enough to see that he's at least a mini monster. But they made it so this man committed every crime that could ever be committed. Yeah. Lil Rod told a story about being in the studio and just hearing shots ring out. He goes in the bathroom, grabs somebody that's been shot, calls the police, and they say, "Oh, take him across the street and we'll say that this is where he got shot."
Yeah.
He didn't know the person's name. And he lived in Diddy's studio.
Yeah. And shout out to Black Rob, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't get, rest in peace, first of all, but you didn't get a lot of talk in the documentary, but you were another victim that got forgotten about.
Yeah,
I think my biggest problem with Diddy isn't even like besides all the freak nasty stuff, it's just the fact that, like, dude is a predator of people who just don't know contracts and they don't know their worth, they don't know their value. My man, like, I always, even as a kid, I thought it was weird that as soon as Biggie died, Puffy became the man. Like, I always thought that was weird. And then rewatching it as an adult, and you just see him come out there dancing on the MTV stage, like, he died. Check me out now. I'm a star.
Happy Biggie Day.
Another thing that was correct, that was corrected by Torre, was the story about the Rolling Stones article. Remember, they said that the Rolling Stone cover. They said that Biggie was supposed to get the Rolling Stone cover,
and Puff wanted it.
Puff wanted it. And so Puff called and said, no, I need that for my upcoming album. Torre, this is Torre again, says he actually spoke to the lady who did the story, who actually, he worked at Rolling Stone, and he talked to the lady who actually did the story on all the rappers that have ever been on the cover of Rolling Stone. She said Biggie was never supposed to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. That was never a thing. So that's another. So when stuff like that starts happening, like, remember I told y'all, like, I have a rule. If you lie to me about one thing, everything that you say goes under the microscope.
Right.
That's sort of what I'm starting to do with this documentary. And what I'd like to see now is someone, and I don't want it to be somebody that's affiliated with Puffy, someone who's actually a documentarian, filmmaker, to try to do
like a fact check type of thing,
right? To do a separation of what was hyperbole and lasciviousness, like, and what was the actual factuals. What can we prove? What do we know to be true? Not a whole bunch of speculation. Not, I think that maybe like, and actually talk to people who cared about and loved things. Like Puff's mom, if you're gonna do a documentary, Puff's mom should be in a documentary. If you're gonna talk about she should have the opportunity to say, that's true, what they're saying about me. Yeah. What they're saying about, like, the way they're saying I raised my son, she's come out and said it publicly.
And saying that I didn't
do that. Yeah, saying he beat me. She's like, that never happened. But if your intention, and we've seen 50 to be somebody that's like, once I don't like you, I don't care. Like, I don't care what's true. I don't care what's not. I'm gonna put it out there. We cannot consume documentaries like that.
Yeah.
Because those are timestamps. Those are timestamps. Like, think about it. How do we learn about stuff that happened in the past? We watch documentaries.
Yeah. So
that's true.
It is what it is. So you know what? Candace Owens, you've been challenged. Let's get those investigative skills going. All right. You know what I'm saying?
She probably actually will cover this at some point.
Please don't, Candace Owens. Please don't.
You know,
stop hating on Candace.
Kindly.
But guys,
support Black women.
We got to get into this Joe Budden podcast.
Joe Budden podcast.
This guy.
So here's a question, because we've been talking about married men cheating on their wives and like how we don't trust that, we don't support that. But as a married man,
that's what we are.
Is it okay to compliment another woman?
Okay. All right.
It depends on what your compliment is.
Sorry. Go ahead, Jack.
Actually, no, Rez, you take this one. You take that.
No, so this is a complicated thing, right? Because there was a conversation that was Mark Lamont Hill was having on the pod about, is it okay for married men or men who are in committed relationships to compliment other women? And Mark Lamont Hill's stance was that no, it's not okay in any stance unless he said it was like a Gretchen or a Gertrude or something like that.
Gertrude,
you have to be like an old woman for you to compliment her. I'm somebody that doesn't mind complimenting women. Like, I don't see that as like the ultimate issue, because my wife is secure in who we are. But also, I don't present myself in a way where it seems like I'm trying to be like creepy with women. Now, I will say that there have been times like I've seen women that I thought were like really beautiful, and I wanted to say like, just, hey, like, I don't know if anybody told you this, like, you are gorgeous, and just walk away. It'll not be a weird thing. Like, I don't want to say that. That's creepy.
It's not your booty, it's your beauty.
Not like I really like I've seen women. I'm like, yo, like, this chick is gorgeous, and I want to just be like, hey, I don't know if anybody told you this, but you just look really nice, and just keep walking. I never do that because I don't ever want it to be perceived that I did something that could be perceived as disrespectful for my wife. Now, at my job, and this is something that was also brought up, was like, they're like, well, what about women at your job? Would you give a woman at your job a compliment? I give women at my job compliments all the time. If we go on a call and a lady's hair looks nice, I'm like, oh, look, okay, I see you. You got your hair going, I see you. I make it like a thing. But if I was like, girl, let me tell you something. Your hair, though?
These other women,
they not touching.
They ain't doing it like you, dog.
Nah,
highlights.
I
never even noticed highlights until you got highlights.
You own one. Your hair is so. Can I touch your hair?
All right,
that's creepy.
Can I just touch it?
And a lot of
guys, I didn't do that there.
And a lot of guys don't know the difference between creepy and nice. Like they don't. And because a lot of things that men do is perceived as trying to, pursue. And it's because we got a lot of nasty dudes in this world. Just be better. And if you don't know how to be better, don't say nothing.
I say, if you're at work, especially, I think it's just like you said. I mean, what you said is pretty much spot on. There's really nothing that you really need to say. But I would say that as long as it's actual conversation and it's not like deliberate going out of your way to be like, oh my God, yo, I love your nails. Or you know what I'm saying? But if this is your coworker and you see them all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember one time at work, not gonna say her name, but she came to work and she had cut her hair. And I was like, oh snap, yo,
right.
You got a haircut. And she was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, looks nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. But if you can take those approaches and you can make them really terrible, depending on who you are.
You can.
You know? And everybody knows the difference. You can tell when somebody's genuinely complimenting you and when somebody's being a weirdo. You know what I mean? So I think it's just based off of the dude and how respectful that guy is. Like, if you know that you're not capable of being that kind of dude, then just keep your mouth closed. If you know that everything is always going to turn into like a flirtatious type of lingering thing, just be quiet. If you don't know how to separate the two, just leave it alone.
You also got to know your spouse.
Too. If your spouse is a Looney Tune, don't be over here like, damn, girl, them jeans, hey, you wearing those?
But you shouldn't say that to anyone. To anyone.
No, my compliment is, yo, you killed that speech. You know what I'm saying?
I love what you do with your mind.
Those papers.
I love what you do with your mind.
No, I know that like, I was going to touch on the point that you just said, like knowing your spouse, you know what I mean? And I know that my spouse, saying, don't like that shit. And, you know what I'm saying? And going back to what Jack was saying, I've been in situations where that noticing stuff can get dangerous, where it's like, hey, you did something different with your hair, or like, hey, you did, that gets dangerous because then you run into the girl that's like, my man ain't even noticed that, or like, you know what I'm saying? My husband don't even look at me. Like, how'd you notice that?
Hey,
or like,
when that happens, you did the conversation to walk off.
Yeah,
definitely,
absolutely.
Definitely.
That's when
but
you did the
like,
conversation.
you just did.
Oh, definitely.
That's it.
Definitely.
Like, oh no, dang, that's messed up.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying?
That's
but
crazy.
that is something that
Congratulations
that's
started
stuff that
happening
you
to
have
you.
to navigate at some point, you know what I'm saying, in some of these conversations. But but I think that for me, I don't compliment, but I might ask a question for my future use. So for example, if there's a woman that walks by and I like her scent. You know what I'm saying? I might say, hey, where'd you get that perfume from? Or like, what brand is that? And then I can buy that for my wife later. But I'm not going to be like,
yo, don't do that.
You smell so good.
Yo, don't do that.
Don't do what?
Don't do that.
Don't ask them what they wearing.
Hey, yo, you smell good as shit.
Obviously, I wouldn't say it like that.
No,
I'm
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why, right?
Obviously, I wouldn't say it like that.
With women, right? With women, if you buy them a perfume as a man, how did you come upon this fragrance?
Hey, see, now that's a slippery slope.
That's what I'm saying. That's the one.
No. Look, it depends on the kind of man you are, right? So, for instance,
I'm talking about the type of women people are.
No. It depends on what kind of man you are.
Okay,
because, for instance, right, if I get Ariel perfume or a purse, she's never going to think that I got that idea from a woman. She's going to know I got that from just who I am. Like, as a person, I genuinely like things that smell good. And my family, my mom, my grandma, aunts, everybody, like, I'm a purse guy. I can find a good purse for your wife. Like, I know, like, oh, that's going to hit. That's going to go crazy. Like, that's something that I could do. I don't have to, oh, this is what all the women are thinking of and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I said it depends on what kind of man you are, because your wife knows who you are. If you a type of dude and she know, like, hey, I want a Duty and Burke, and you're like, huh? And then you come up and you get her a Kate Spade, and it's like, yeah, babe, I was thinking about you. I got you this Kate Spade.
But most men don't know the difference between that. Like, you just,
but
like,
that's my point. If she knows,
but I'm saying, like, but most women, if you walked up like, yo, I got you this perfume. The first thing they're wondering is, who told them I want this perfume? Unless she said, hey, I really like this fragrance. Or you could say, oh, I went to Ulta and I asked them to show me some perfumes and this one I really liked and I wanted to get for you as a surprise.
I would just say, yo, I like the way it smelled.
I like the way it smelled. Where did you smell it? See, now we the questions. Where did you smell it? Oh, I smelled it on this lady at work. Oh, you want me to smell like the lady from your job?
And that's that.
What else do you like about her?
And you know what I would say? I would say grow up.
C25, you be saying that people can't say that.
Yes, I can. No. Time out. No. No, what we need to do.
All right, let's do it. Go.
What we need to do is normalize talking to our women like they ain't stupid, because women are intelligent.
Women are so intelligent.
So no, I mean that because from a certain standpoint, right? Like, and I guess it depends on your relationship.
It always depends on your
relationship. Because there are women that will do that will smell a scent or something and be like,
for sure.
Oh, that. No. Hold on. Wait. So if you have the ability to smell something and bring it to me because you want me to wear it, then I should have the ability to smell something and bring it to you because I want you to wear it.
Now 2-5. Now let's now
grow
put
up.
In place. Let's put in place two very important words to this conversation. Logic versus emotion.
Grow up.
Logic versus emotion.
I don't do double standards.
Okay. Let me ask you this. If you and your wife are on a double date with her homegirl and her husband, and the two women get up and go to the bathroom together. The girl's like, hey, I need to go to the bathroom. Okay, cool, let's go. They get up to go to the bathroom together. No problem, right?
Cool, right?
If me and you were at dinner and we're like, yo, I got to go to the bathroom. He's like, yo, yeah, let's go.
Everybody's looking like, what the hell?
But we wouldn't do that.
Exactly.
That's the point. But there's a reason. Double standards exist.
No. But it's not because you're going to get in trouble with your wife or something like that. Or like, it's just because that's just nasty.
No, it's just double standards. No. It's just double standards exist is all I'm saying. I
get what you're saying.
We both get what we're saying. Like, but I'm just saying, like, there's just certain things that, logic, like I said, you should just know that I like something smells, and if I like the way the lady smells at the job, and I want it to smell on you, that shouldn't be an issue. If you smelled cologne on a dude, and you thought, oh, I like this cologne for my guy, that's cool. But I've seen people get into real life knockdown, drag out arguments because somebody bought a perfume that they smelled on somebody at their job.
Hey,
I've seen it happen. If you're watching live, and you please comment in the comment section about this. Please do.
I just deal with it. Grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't the first time you're gonna be mad at me, and it ain't the last time you're gonna be mad at me because what we need to do is stop. And I don't want to turn this into a gender war.
No,
but what we need to do is stop being like, I can't say that to my wife. I can't say that to her. She would get so mad if I said that to her. Grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or you have to maneuver around your wife's
No. I'm not talking about like flat out being disrespectful or anything like that. I'm just saying that if you ask me a question, I shouldn't have to determine like, ooh, am I going to get in trouble if I say this?
Yeah,
what kind of relationship am I in if that's the way that I got to navigate? You know what I'm saying?
And you shouldn't. And you shouldn't.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Agree. But we got to take that back. Like, like I can't, because real quick, because a chick will tell you real quick, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the moment that you start losing your hair or whatever, your wife is going to point that out. You know what I mean? But a dude to be like, I can't tell her that she look a little heavy or whatever.
No,
like, yes, you can.
No, that's the one. No, it's not the hair. That's the one. Oh, you gaining weight. I know. Oh, I noticed you gaining a little weight.
Yeah, you can tell her that. It's about delivery, though.
Women can tell guys.
Women can say that to a dude.
A guy can say that to a woman too.
Yeah, like I see you gaining. No, you can't say it to a woman.
And you know what the other thing is? The other thing that we take out of these conversations is the fact that men typically are more asshole natured than women are.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I would be like. Hey, yo, I see them LBs. Like, I ain't talking like that, but like, you know what I'm saying? But it'd just be like, maybe you would just hint at it. Like,
yeah.
Hey, why don't we go to the gym? Or like, hey, like, you know, like, but you ain't got to be like, if that's, look. Anyway, we need to get into.
This is actually a really good topic. I actually.
I know, but we so far over time right now.
I know.
I like the double standard topic because
this is a good topic right here.
And you do have to navigate avenues.
So I'm a believer of. You can say these things. You might have to say it a little differently, but you can address these topics. You can say these things, whereas a lot of guys will just avoid it altogether.
Yeah,
and like I'm gonna have to sleep on the couch if I say this, or
I never have to sleep on the
couch. Or I'm gonna do this. If
I pay for this house, I'm not sleeping on the couch.
Red pill.
There you go. You hear this financial abuse, y'all? You see Jack with the financial abuse?
No, you're not going to send me to the couch because you're upset. I'm going to sleep in the bed, and you can turn over, and I can turn over this way. I'm not sleeping on the couch, breaking my back because you're upset. That's insane.
But that's one of those things a dude would never tell his wife to go stay on the couch.
Right? No. I mean, I've actually seen people do it. But it's not a good idea.
Get up. You go out.
you get that blanket over there. You go
get your little narrow ass out to the living room right now.
No, but so for me, it's what, and we've all been through divorces. So I'm not seeing anybody.
I mean, obviously.
What I've learned, and something I've adopted is. I understand how things should work, how things can work, but I live in the reality of what does work. And so I try not to overplay my hand in that regard. So if there's certain things that I could say to my wife logically and stand on like, that makes complete sense. If I know that she's going to take it a certain way, I won't say it. Not because I'm scared of her. She never punched me or nothing like that. It's
blink twice, Riz.
but it's just because there's some ways I never want her to feel, and there's no certain ways I don't want her to feel that I feel about her. So no, I wouldn't say it, even if I felt like she said something that I thought was sort of out of line. And Toya's actually really good at not saying stuff that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't have those conversations.
I would say it's definitely more so like pick your poison. Like I can definitely be a D head. So it's just like some days it's just like, you know what?
Not a D head.
All I'm saying is if somebody has the ability and the wherewithal to say anything to you, you know what I'm saying? You should have the ability to say anything to them on a basic level.
You should take it as much as you can give it. You better take
it. And like I said, me and Lindsay don't have those conversations. Lindsay's a great woman. Yeah, she's a great woman. You know what I'm saying? So like, I got no complaints about her in those regards or any, so that's why I say, like, I can say those things. Like, I'm not going to be like, hey, bruh, I'm seeing that belly right now or anything like that. But it might be like, hey, you know what?
Wobble when you walk is crazy.
Like, it should be like, but no, you're
was eating over there.
But no, you're just like, hey, why don't we go walking? Or like, hey, why don't we go to the gym tonight? Or like, why don't we, like, there's ways to say it without saying it is what I'm trying to get at. Yeah. But a lot of dudes just avoid it altogether. They're like, I'm not even trying to, but hey, is Mona getting old?
That's the last ice cream that I want to see you eating.
Is Mona getting stale out here in these streets?
I don't think so. I like Mona a lot.
I seen this clip that said people were like, oh, she's starting to overdo it. And saying the gay thing. She was like, "Oh yeah, Beyonce's album was for gays," and she kept saying it. It's the gays.
What episode was that? Gays.
This episode that just came out. What is that?
It's like she gets in that moment where she says something, and maybe y'all missed it because y'all were talking, or like y'all were laughing at something else. So she just says it again.
Yeah.
Until you acknowledge it.
She does that. Yeah, she does that. To me, she's a better version of Flip. Like, I'm dead serious. I really think she's a better version of Flip. She actually has something to offer, unlike Melissa. Like, she's if you were to take the best parts of Flip and the parts of Melissa that Joe wanted to pull out of her, like the telling stories about yourself, even if it's like joking, like in a joking manner, like how she like talks about how she's trying to get a dude or whatever, and like that's a running joke with her about trying to get a dude. Like, Melissa would never play into that because her whole thing is, I'm a video vixen, everybody wants me. So for her to be showing her like, well, girl, nobody wants you. And that's what dudes who are around you, who are not trying to sleep with you, that's the type of stuff they say.
That's true.
Right.
No,
Right.
you wash. No, nobody wants you.
Right. Like that's the stuff like dudes, like they may think you're sort of attractive, but if they're not trying to sleep with you, that's how we play. Like any dude that got the cool homegirl, like if you're not trying to
your
smash,
forehead look like Florida
Yeah,
instead of
jokes.
Nebraska.
you making fun of shoes. You making fun of shoes, you making fun of wardrobe, you making fun of the way she talk.
Crusty ass feet. You think you gonna get a man?
Think about Martin and Pam's relationship.
Right.
Just like that.
That's like
Pam was not ugly.
No, Pam's not ugly. It's just I'm not trying to smash.
Right.
So I don't have to like put you on this pedestal and tell you how amazing you are all the time. No, you wanted the dudes. If you wanted the dudes, this is how the dudes kick it. We make fun of each other all the time. And I feel like Mona does a really good job of it. And she's getting her jokes in just like we just talked earlier about being able to take it. Like she can take a joke because she gives the jokes.
Right. I don't like how Joe, and I know it's like playful and everything, but I don't like how loosely he calls her a bitch though.
Bitch.
Yeah, I noticed that.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah, I heard that. I didn't like that.
Shut up. Like I'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah, but I've only heard him do it one time. But the one time he did it that I heard, I was
like every episode.
He's done it twice minimum.
Yeah, he'll be like, bitch, you crazy, or like, yeah, bitch, like like he says like little.
No, one time he said it sounded nuts, and I was like, oh, in the doc that clip will be in it. That will, in the lawsuit that clip is going in the lawsuit.
No, I'm loving her though. Like she brings
I love her on the show.
Because she everybody we talk about how words like ghetto, can be an insult, and you know what I mean. People use the word ghetto in a certain way, but Mona brings that element to the show. You know what I mean? That ghetto element of like, you really live like that, or like you really.
I think she would be the definition of ghetto fabulous.
Yes, and I think that's what I like about her, because she's so authentic about it, and she doesn't try to hide, run from it, or act like it's not who she is. Like she was telling the story the other day about the feds versus the state cook-off or whatever, like the jail cook-off.
Oh yeah, when she's
I ain't gonna lie though. When she got on Joe and was like, nigga, I'm talking about real niggas that been to prison, not that jailhouse nonsense that you was talking about. I'm talking about real ones. I thought that was stuff like that is what I like about Mona, because she just be like, yo, y'all can crack, I'm gonna crack too. Like we can go.
Yeah, I love that, dog. Like that's an element that I feel like the pod was missing. And no one else, like even Sasha, they didn't bring Sasha in to joke. Like Sasha couldn't joke with them. Like Sasha was not there for any joking. The girls from Poor Minds, they can't take jokes like that. Like if Joe started going on them, like he be going on Mona, like they would boohoo cry on that podcast. Like even friggin' not Olivia, not Bridget, Mandy. Mandy can't even take jokes like that.
Yeah,
I don't know who these people are.
Mandy was the host of
that's Ish's friend.
See the Thing Is podcast, which used to be on the Joe Budden Network.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ish still hangs out with her. That was like saying, like, why y'all hang out with people that your co-host beef with and all that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, which is a thing. I subscribe to that.
Ish and Joe have one of those.
Oh yeah, we know.
Like, I'm gonna outgrind you. You know what I'm saying? Like they both done each other dirty, so they both do the thing where it's like, oh yeah, I'm out dirty you. Like you did me wrong. They're gonna keep doing it. Like they're always trying to look up who did dirt.
Who Joe and Ish?
Yeah. Like they have a terrible friendship.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
I don't even think they're friends. Like
it's not even that. It's a toxic friendship where it's like y'all really need to address whatever the beef was and actually let it go.
I think it's exactly what Joe wants it to be.
Yeah,
I think it's exactly what Joe wants it to be, because Joe is a mastermind at controlled chaos.
Yes,
and
he's
so
a master manipulator.
If you look at the crew that he has, everybody adds a specific element. And if Joe and Ish were best friends, the pod wouldn't be as good.
This is true.
Some of the best moments from the Joe Budden podcast are Joe and Ish arguing.
Yeah.
Living in 2024.
And there's
Except
nothing,
for when they compare their underwear to each other.
Yeah, that was weird. But like Joe, like what Joe has with Ish, he didn't have with Maul. He didn't have with Rory. He doesn't have it with Ice. He doesn't have it with Mark. He doesn't have it with Mona.
Ice is scared of Joe.
I don't think he is. I don't think Ice
That's
is
the best
scared
way I
of
can
Joe.
put it. He is.
No, Ice
He
just
backs down
Ice.
all the time.
No, Ice
And
is
he
an
hides
employee.
under the-
Yeah,
Ice
yeah.
is an
Ice,
employee.
no. Ice doesn't want to show Joe up in public.
Ice is an employee. Ice understands what his role is in the job, and he's like, I came here to do my job. I'm gonna say what I feel like saying. I'm not saying any more than I feel like saying, or any less than I feel like saying. I'm gonna say exactly what I feel like saying. And if I want to take my ball and go home, I will take my ball and go home. When I come here though, I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna be professional, and we're gonna get out of here and make this money. Like,
Right.
Ice doesn't work outside of the 2 days that he does the podcast,
Right.
and he lives really well.
So
And
maybe
he-
they're not
that's-
friends. Maybe they're not. Maybe
No,
they're
they go
No,
back.
they're friends.
Though. Yeah, they go way back.
Oh,
They're
I don't know. I
friends.
just feel like he always sons Ice, and it's just annoying.
Nah,
Well,
he's known Ice longer than he's known everybody else.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Him and Ice, like, I don't know if they were like school friends or whatever.
I know
but
him
they-
and Maul were friends for real too. At
You
one
know,
point,
so-
like real life friends. Maul was on Love and Hip Hop in the background one time at one of Joe's parties. Like it was wild.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Maul used to live with Joe.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and I think him and Maul probably might not even. They might actually not even beef anymore. for real.
No, Joe does not.
No,
love Maul.
no, it's up.
Joe
Like,
does
you know
not.
what I'm saying? Like-
Joe still loves Rory. He loves Rory. Rory's his guy. He loves Rory. Which
Yeah.
is crazy because the whole blow up happened because Joe wanted to fire Rory.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't want to fire Maul. He
Right.
called Maul and said, "Yo, we got to do something about Rory." And Maul was like, "Nah, either we all doing the pod or we not doing the pod." And
Oh,
Joe
he
was
was trying to
like,
be
"You don't."
like Eddie and Paul.
Joe was like, "You don't own this pod. You don't own the IP. There's like, what do you mean we?"
It's called the Joe Budden podcast.
And that's where the problem started.
Right,
That's
that's
where the
where it
problem
all
started
came
right
from.
there. That was
Yeah.
the started right there. But it was Rory. But Joe and Rory are fine now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I don't. I hate Maul.
I mean,
man.
I never liked him. I don't like. So, and
Maul's not
I
interesting.
never liked Maul. I didn't like
Maul's not
Maul more than
That's
him and
crazy.
Ice are like interchangeable to me, but Ice is a little
Hysterical.
bit better
No,
because
at least.
Maul is literally walking, talking contrarian. Like if
But I
all of
think
us are
that-
like, oh, go
I
ahead,
think
go ahead.
Ice at least tries to add to the topic. Like you might
That's
not
what I'm
like what
saying.
he's saying, but he tries. Like Maul just kind of.
He's gonna go against it if everybody
I can't
agrees.
even
he
say
has
what
to
came to
dis-
mind. I can't even say what came to mind right there.
Why?
But because
Because
I'm
he's about
not
to talk about
messy.
someone from the hot box.
Yeah,
podcast.
because I'm not messy. But
You can take that part out.
no, I'm just saying.
You
Like,
can say it. I'll just edit it out.
Yeah,
no,
say
I'm
it so
just
you can edit
saying.
it out.
All I'm saying. No, I'll say it after the pod. I hate Maul. You know what I'm saying? But there's nothing in this world that I hate as much as I hate autographs. You know what I'm saying? Like the autographs. The thing, you know what I want you to sign? I want you to sign a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Sign something that's going to put money into my bank account. I'm not here to get your cursive handwriting. Oh, look, I got his. Look, I got Kobe's signature. I got Kobe. That ain't what I want Kobe to do with his hand.
What do you want Kobe to do with his hands?
I'm first of all, there is no way
That is crazy.
I'm not co-signing some old nigga telling me he don't value autographs when that used to be the bee's knees.
No, I'm trying to. That was what I was
Stood
trying to
to
get
bee's
off.
knees.
No, that's what I was trying to get off earlier when I said I'm gonna try to throw something purposely pause worthy in there.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
that's-
crazy.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm-
want Kobe to do with his hands. I see what you did there. Okay, so autographs. So one, I autographed the book that I sent you, sir. Thank you.
No, I'm talking about no. What I'm talking about is if I was out in public, and a celebrity came by.
Oh yeah,
And people are like, "Oh, can I get your autograph? Can I get your autograph?" Now,
Well, before selfies,
no, fuck all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna use the autograph to get money at some point, cool. If you want the autograph just as a trinket, as something to brag to your friends about, to brag to your kids about, I got Michael Jackson's autograph, then no, I don't like that. I'm not sitting up here standing for somebody to write something. Hey, sign my chest. Like, what the hell is all that kind of stuff like
hey,
that?
I
Yeah.
feel directly assaulted right now.
No, like it's one thing if you
I
go
got
to the
two
store.
autographed Jey Uso posters right here.
No, I'm not talking about
Did he
that.
autograph him himself? Like,
I'm not
were you
talking
standing
about
in
that.
line?
I'm not talking about you went to the store and you bought something that somebody signed. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about running up on somebody
Yeah.
or like you.
Hey, dog.
Flat out. And being like, can I get your autograph?
Can you sign this for me?
If I saw Beyonce, well, I ain't really a big Beyonce fan anyway.
You somebody like Nas.
If Nas was, if Katy Perry was right here, right now, autograph is the last thing I'm thinking about. But if Nas was here right now, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't be like, yo, Esco, give me your autograph. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might try to have a conversation with him, but I ain't trying to. What I want him to sign something for.
So what I'll say is this. When I was a kid, my mom used to work at East Bay Trading Company, which was downtown Charleston. I showed Jack this when I was driving around Charleston, but he fell asleep mad times. He didn't see it. Allegedly. But my mom used to work at this place, and that was like the hot spot for like celebrities to come to. So I remember when WCW was actually in town, and my mom brought me home signatures from Booker T, Hulk Hogan, Sting, and somebody else. And it was like the coolest thing in the world. It was like, oh, wow. You know, thank you, Mom. Thank you for thinking of me. You know, like that was really dope because I was really, really, really into wrestling at the time. And these were some of my favorite wrestlers at the time. So like, and I also can remember like the New York Knicks. And I told y'all, like, I hate the New York Knicks now because of some interactions that my mom had where literally Patrick Ewing called my mom a B. And Pat, you gonna still have to see me about that one of these days, dog. I promise you. I don't know if it's a Met Gala.
You get him now when he's old.
Nah, I'm gonna get him whenever. It's cool. Guns work everywhere. But take that part out. What I'm trying to get at was like my mom would bring home these autographs, and it was really cool. Now, as an adult, 44, Tom Rathman, year-old man, like I couldn't see myself waiting in line for a dude to sign something for me. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because if I saw Kobe, rest in peace, you know what I'm saying, because he's one of my favorite players, that ain't what I want to see him do with his hand. I want his hand shooting a basketball. That's what I want to see. I want to see him taking jump shots. I don't need his hand signing anything for me unless he's signing a check for me, which he ain't going to do. So, you know what I mean? So from that standpoint, like autographs are just sick to me. You know, it's a sickness. This whole celebrity worship thing is just awful. What if you had a basketball card? You were at the game. You had a Kobe basketball card. Kobe came over. Like, hey, can you sign my basketball card so I can put up in my room with my collection? I would probably, and this is where, you know what I mean, this is that pride thing, right? I would probably give it to Lindsay and tell her to get it signed because I can't ask for it myself.
Why not?
You know what I'm
logically,
nah.
Anyone can go ask.
Nah, like I don't like that shit though. Like that just seems weak to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just hanging on to somebody's, you know, that now, like I said, but if I did get that autograph card or whatever, at 20 years from now, I'm gonna try to get some money for it. You know what I mean? But people be having like Paul McCartney sign a piece of notebook paper.
Yeah, no, that's weird. I as somebody who actually does meet, like I've met a few celebrities. Like I be in spaces sometimes where like somebody's in there. Like I've been in rooms with like presidential candidates or the president, and it's like, oh, there's oh boy, and I was like, if I'm a fan, I want to go up and like for me, it's hey, can I get a photo? Is it okay if we take a photo? But I wouldn't even do that if they're not already taking photos. It wouldn't be. I wouldn't walk over and like, oh, Dip, you're eating dinner. Can we take a photo? But I would want to say something like, if I met Jay-Z, I would just want to let Jay-Z know like the impact they had on my life, like, as a fan of music, like as a lover of hip hop. Like, yo, I just want you to know, I don't want nothing from you. I just want you to know that like in my lifetime, Volume 1 is my favorite like album of all time, one of my favorite albums of all time. And Lucky Me is my favorite song of all time. And I just want to thank you for making it.
Won't you come over here and
I would tell them that. And I would say, and as your fan, do me a favor. Don't do nothing with Swiss Beats no more.
Yo, we cool on Swiss. So if you are working on an album.
And nobody anywhere do anything with Swiss Beats anymore, and those let that whole production just die. Anyway.
No, some people need Swiss Beats. Cassidy could use Swiss Beats.
No, he can't.
Dragon on needs Swiss Beats.
I'm gonna walk up to you and get a picture. As a person who's taking photos with a few celebrities, I'm getting a picture.
If they're not taking pictures currently, like are you just gonna like they're eating dinner?
Every picture that I've gotten with a celebrity is them not taking pictures. Amber Rose walking onto an airplane, getting ready to fly out of Texas. Hey, real quick, Come here.
I just see him be like, oh,
E40.
that's cool. Look
I was walking into the hotel about to go to my room. E40's walking to go. Hey, you, real quick.
See, I feel like a picture is different. A picture
Wanye and Joe Coy. They was doing something. Hey, real quick.
No, like a picture is something that you can cherish though, and that you can share, look back, and have that memory. Like, I'm not trying to look at your signature in 20 years.
No, I can understand. I would definitely do a photo over a signature.
And the mic faded. Rez, that's a Pusha T thing.
Anyway, that's what I hate.
Rez is like, what does that mean?
I didn't know that one.
What you got?
Drake had a autographed Clips microphone, and he said the autograph faded when him and Pusha T were beefing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what you got for us this week, Jack?
Hip hop head over here.
You know, so what you got for us this week, Jack?
Oh, my Brilliante.
What you got, my guy?
Let me go through my notes and let me see what I want to tell you guys about.
I mean, I got notes right here that says what your take is.
Yes, you don't know what I'm talking about. So I think that everybody outside in the real world listening to this, stop clocking people's attire. Stop clocking what they're wearing. Stop clocking their hats, their jewelry, their watches, their shoes. Hell, stop clocking their socks. You don't make the money to buy the stuff that they got on. If somebody is wearing Jumpmans and Jordan got a buckled knee or the basketball is a little deflated, guess what? You didn't buy him. You ain't wearing them. Why do you care? If they want to walk out here with the Fat Farms and the P is backwards, again, you didn't buy it.
Why are you wearing Fat Farm in 2025?
Hey, look, if you're wearing Fat Farm in 2025, guess what? That's your prerogative.
There y'all go again. Police it. See, that's what I was talking about earlier.
If you want to wear Avericks,
30 years.
You want to wear Avericks? You know what I'm saying? Go right ahead. You know what I'm saying? Starter was trash for a while. Guess what? It's back.
You want to wear
Champion was trash, but when they was young boys, it was real. And look, now it's back. So you know what I'm saying? Like
Fubu might come back. Younger.
Yeah, Fubu might pop up. But either way, if you bought it,
Fubu at Walmart.
They do have Fubu at Walmart.
Exactly.
Fubu and Reebok. And you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, if you bought the item and you want to wear it, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Because guess what? Unless they're going to go out and buy you some $230 Jordans, go ahead and put on bunks and rock those. Because at the end of the day,
shit.
There it is.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that take, especially when it comes to like. So I'm gonna talk about this, but I'll talk about it in a different way. There's this thing with these people with these honorary degrees. I don't know if y'all have that going on in Texas, but here there's this thing where people getting honorary degrees. It's like this church, Ascending Christ, something, and people are really upset about these people that got these honorary doctorate degrees. I don't understand why they're so upset. Like, I have 2 degrees, 3 degrees. I have an associate's, I have a bachelor's, I have a master's.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Can you do anything with these honorary degrees?
I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I know they had a big ceremony. They had a big ceremony and people like dressed up in like actual attire like they got real degrees.
Doctorate. So they had the full.
Full joint. So for me, it's not for me to judge, right? Because I know what I got my degrees for. I know what I went through to get my degrees. So for somebody to get an honorary degree, it's not like if you're a barber and you have an honorary doctorate degree, you're not gonna start calling yourself Dr. Barber Man. Like, it's not gonna be a thing. Like, and if it is, then so be it for them. But like, I just don't like. I think just to your point, like the policing of people's. Like, if that's what they like, then it don't hurt you none. It don't make your degree any less valuable.
That's my only thing, because I'm go ahead, 25. My bad.
No, I just real quick. I just want to make a couple of things clear.
What?
I just want to make a couple of things clear real quick. Why are you know what I mean? People with honorary degrees, to my knowledge, the only thing they do is call themselves doctors. And then for 2, I apologize, Queen Latifah, for this man disrespecting your honorary degree from Rutgers. That's all I wanted.
I just want to make things queer.
You don't want to be happy?
That's not what queer means.
That's not what queer means. In any
gay
timeline.
means. That's what gay means.
There's no timeline where the word queer is.
That's hysterical. Words have meaning, G5.
Gay means happy.
Gay means happy.
Yes, queer.
Queer is not gay. They're different.
Queer means
that's why
different.
there's the LGBTQIA plus, and there's a lot of more letters.
Oh my God. What was I gonna say?
You better stop before they grab the ampersand too.
Listen.
Look, ain't nobody taking my hand. All I was gonna say is honestly, like, for everybody that's walking around policing, like, we're not in middle school, high school no more, bro. Like, we're not kids. So, in high school and stuff, you walked around with the Payless boots. Not me. I had Tim. But for some of y'all that walked around with the Payless boots and was getting checked, saying, like, you might have some trauma in your head. Like, I gotta wear this name brand because people are talking crazy about me. Some of y'all don't want to wear the Polo Association because what is Polo ASSN? You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be Ralph. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be Ralph.
Assassin, bro.
Polo Assassin.
The assassin, bro.
And it's like, you could have been making fun of people for saying assassin when it's supposed to be association, but you didn't. You didn't capitalize.
House of Gucci. Go back and watch House of Gucci, bro. Because they talked about like the duplicates and the replicas. Mm-hmm. Like, that was actually started by one of the members of the Gucci family.
And that's okay. So
where do we stand? I'm confused. Where do we stand on chaps?
I
don't wear chaps.
Yeah.
I don't wear Ralph Lauren either, though.
I do. I like Ralph. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't really care about labels. I like stuff that I think is dope. Like,
Ralph thing is personal for me. Like, I like.
Why do you have that hoodie?
I don't care about labels, but definitely rocking something that's definitely in style. But
I'm a stylish person. Just
got overtime, y'all.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, 30 to 30.
Puka got me 27. Hopefully in overtime he gets me right at 30.
Got me 49, and he's on my bench though. But anyway,
that's crazy.
Second week in a row.
But yeah, all I was gonna say is Nike already came out and told everybody that. No, I'm sorry, not Nike. China came out and already told everybody everything's made in the same factory, and there's only 2 tiers. You either got high quality or low quality. That's it. And at the end of the day, everybody's buying these labels and all this other stuff. When at the end of the day, dog, more than likely, it costs less than $25 to wear whatever you wear. And you choosing to pay $235 over it versus a dude that's getting some knockoffs for $50, or he's getting some unauthentics for $150. Either way, he's saving money, and he might have a better quality shoe on his foot than you do. You know what I'm saying? Ask some of these sneakerheads. Ask some of these people at SneakerCon, dog. Some of the reps are better than the quote-unquote real thing. So, stop judging people, bro. Just stop. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what anybody's wearing. And, you know what I'm saying? Half of y'all be wearing some bullshit.
I just want to shout out real quick, shout out to the people who made this hoodie that I'm wearing. AVE. It's actually an acronym for Absolute Victory Every Day. They make really good, inspiring clothes. I don't really care about labels, but I like stuff that's dope. The shirt says "Trust God" because God is the ruler and the head of my life. So I would like to wear stuff that speaks to my value system. I have another hoodie that says "Absolute Victory Every Day," which is their motto. Which,
is it you're victorious?
It's absolute victory every day. Thank you.
Is it because you're victorious?
No, it's because I'm like somebody I just wake up and just want to win. All I do is win, no matter what. So
he's victorious.
So I'm not victorious.
Well, you know what? I will have you know that Nas is a winner.
All right. That's our time, y'all. We appreciate you.
No, Nas is a winner. Go.
So Light Years just came out the other day.
Shout out to Nas and Preem.
And so I know a lot of people are gonna hate this album. You know what I'm saying? Because no, I mean, no.
Glowing review.
Well, because
Boom bap.
2-5 is the type of guy that appreciates things no matter what. Like if they need to be appreciated, I will appreciate them. So say hypothetically, somebody like LL Cool J came out with an album today that sounded like his album in 1990 or something. If it sounded good, I don't care that it sounds like it's from 1990. I would just like it because it sounds good. I don't live in this whole, it's 2025. Why are we doing that? Or why are you doing that in 2025? If it's dope, it's dope. So that's why people are going to hate this album, because this album probably would have been a perfect follow-up to Illmatic. When you look at the production and some of that stuff. So but I don't care because it sounds good. Like, right. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound, you could argue that it doesn't sound with the times, but if you tell me it doesn't sound with the times, I'm gonna tell you you're a follower.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It sounds good. You know what I'm
right.
saying? It would have been the perfect bridge between Illmatic and It Was Written. Now, obviously his flow is updated. You know what I mean? Like he raps like the rappers of today as far as the syllables and rhyme style and that type of thing. And he's still one of the best rappers going. So, the standout track to me is Nasty Esco Nasir. So one of my favorite things in rap music is Jadakiss and Styles going back to back. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? One says the line, Jada comes through with the line, Styles comes. So Nas does it in this song, but he does it from the perspective of those people, Nasty, Esco, and Nasir. So he's rapping as Nasty, then he raps as Nasir, and then so on and so forth. So conceptually, it's just what Nas does. And another thing that I love about Nas is the song Writers, because the song Writers shouts out all the women of hip hop, past and present. So the Cardi B's, the Nicki Minaj's, the Roxanne Shantae's, JJ Fad, so on and so forth. He's shouting out the contributions that women made to hip hop. And, it's one of those things because, he did the Rakim tribute. He did the KRS-One tribute. It's just in line with what he does. And that's what makes him so great and unique, because he does these things that other rappers don't do. Now,
right.
He's got a song with AZ, My Story, Your Story. It doesn't disappoint because when him and AZ get together, they make magic. I've been waiting for this album from them two for about 30 years now. I gave up. It ain't coming, but I'm going to appreciate these jewels. So where somebody like Jack is going to look at this album and be like, I don't want to hear that boom bop. I don't want to hear that sound. I'm not saying that I'm signing up for boom bop. Right. I'm not saying that that's what I'm desiring. But if it sounds good, it sounds good regardless of what era it is, what the sound is. So on my scale, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
No.
I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Because first and foremost, of course, Jack would say New York bias, but I appreciate lyrics. It's called rap.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying? You can judge Premier.
Says that to a guy that literally appreciates lyrics. It's crazy.
You could judge Premier on the sound of it, but when I buy these albums, I'm not buying it to hear Premier. I'm buying it to hear Nas.
Well,
Nas did what he was supposed to do.
But technically,
Premier beats are fire though.
Technically, you are signing up to also hear Premium.
Like, no, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, though. I'm saying, like, I bought the album is called Light Years by Nas. It's not called Light Years by DJ
Nas
Premier.
and Preem.
Yeah, so I'm buying it for Nas. Like, and Nas hasn't lost a step. He got the old man voice now, you know what I'm saying, but he hasn't lost a step. Preem, I think, had good beats on this album. It's just that people don't want to hear those beats in 2025.
Hey, 25, you want to share one of those songs so we can just listen to it real quick? Why not?
We'll get a strike. We'll get a strike.
Oh yeah,
we didn't get a strike with the freestyles.
Yeah, I don't know why, but they're striking hard because like the last two, The Pursuit of Forever, like they and all my everything's getting stricken. So just
all right. I'll send y'all nasty Nas.
That's cool. I just want to hear it on the pod. I don't. It's okay.
Okay.
No, I want to hear it. So send it.
You know what I'm saying? but like yeah. So but that's another thing because I get sick because Jack does this a lot too. Like he's always like, it's 2025. Nobody wants to hear that in 2025, and it's like, Stop following. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear the shit in
LL
2025.
Cool J came out with an album last year. Out of my friend group, you know who listened to it? Just me.
That shit
You know
was
who
fire
liked it?
too.
Just me. You know
was
why?
fire.
Because LL Cool J is a good rapper and he stays in his pocket. You know what my problem with Nas is? His pocket is literally hanging out with the Sandman. If he didn't hang out with the Sandman, probably wouldn't have these issues.
Who's the Sandman?
The dude that put you to sleep.
He's trying to say that Nas is boring.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Whose world is this?
So what I'll say is this: I think Nas is at the same place where Jay-Z is musically, and it's I'm making music that I like, and I like when artists get to that bag because at that point, whoever likes it likes it. Good for you. If you don't like it, I didn't make it for you anyway. I made it for me. I made it because I wanted to make this album. I wanted to see this album come to fruition. And I love when artists get into that place. So I think
all jokes aside, for everybody listening to this podcast, Nas is one of the greatest rappers of all time.
For sure. Like I
literally has one of the best albums ever. It's just fun to poke the bear. Like I know 2-5 likes Nas, but like as a hip hop head, I would never sit up here and tell y'all that Nas is trash. So just in case somebody's listening, they're like, "Wow,
Nas is definitely not trash."
You should have just rolled with it. That would have been a nice clip. And
because I don't need nobody ever thinking I'm an idiot. Like I love hip hop and I understand and I respect it. So as a person who respects hip hop, I would never want that in the world where it's like, yo, Nas is ass. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not.
Right. No, for sure. And then speaking of ass, Rez has a relationship too.
What? That's crazy.
What? Some bud from your wife.
So I wanted to start doing a segment, just Rez's relationship tip. Not because I'm like the preeminent expert on marriage and relationships and things like that nature, but I do care about marriage and I do care about relationships a lot, and I want to give the fellas something that you can use. And so I want to give you something actually that I did last weekend. Oh my gosh, touchdown! Something I did with my wife last weekend was I actually made use of ChatGPT to facilitate conversation. So we were actually on a long walk. We were going to Fisherman's Wharf. We took the trolley to Fisherman's Wharf, and we had to walk from one side to the other to get to our restaurant. And so what I actually had done the night before was look up, ask ChatGPT to give me 30 questions that I could ask my wife to facilitate a conversation. Okay. So I was like, hey, I got this list, and it's 6 different segments. Each segment has 5 questions. And I said, give me a number 1 through 30. So whatever that number is, so she said number 3, then I asked her the question number 3. She got to answer it, I got to answer it. So what that allows us to do is to have conversations spur of the moment without it having to be forced. And we had some really cool discussions about it during our walk. The walk ended up being like 40 minutes. And we had some really good discussions, and so much so that we even continue doing it, during dinner. So that's just something you could do. A lot of times, women want us to communicate. They want us they want to know more about us. And we as men are much more secretive. We're not vulnerable. We don't share, mainly because we weren't taught how. We weren't raised to do that. So if you want to bridge the gap to conversation, you can do so by doing that. You're welcome.
There you have it. Because you have to communicate.
You have to.
But
you have any thoughts on that?
Oh yeah.
I think that you gave that to me earlier, and I think that that's a fire thing. Like I really do think that that's awesome because I think what people don't talk about enough, especially in their relationship, is people don't talk about the fact that sometimes you do feel like maybe that we've ran out of things to talk about, especially if you're around your spouse a lot. People don't want to admit these things because nobody wants to quote unquote have the weak end of the deal, but it's like some things can help you, and there's little stuff like that just keeps it going. You know what I mean? Like it's just fun to ask stuff like that. You never know.
2-5.
Okay.
Also, get drunk and let your wife out sometimes.
Yeah, I was actually just I just typed it into I just typed it into ChatGPT, and I was just looking at some of the questions here. And I like how it breaks down the different categories, emotional and connection, reflection and growth, because I know something that we used to do that we need to get back to is we kind of used to do like a monthly check-in You know, kind of like, yo, how was this month for you? Like, is there anything that you needed that I didn't provide? Or, you know, if you had to rate our relationship from a 1 to 10, where would you put it and why? Like, what if it's not, you know? So like we used to do stuff like that, and I think that's the type of message that we need to send to men, is that, you know what I mean? Like, your woman wants to know how you feel about her.
Yeah.
She wants to know that you think about her in other ways besides, you know, intimacy or, you know, just day-to-day stuff, like, you know, on a deeper level. So, you know, these things are just ways to appreciate the person that you should appreciate.
Yep. No, I agree. And I also, just to piggyback on what you're just saying, 2-5, like, I think it's important that we as men, like, we initiate the conversations. And, you know, sort of that gives us more, you know, especially if you're not comfortable with, you know, sort of answering questions that, you know, your lady gives you. You know, if you the dude that comes home, he's like, how was work? Like, it was fine. Like, sure, something happened more than it just being fine. Yeah. And I fall into that gap sometimes too. That's why I have to even like sort of like throttle myself to be like, yo, like, you got to do something. You got to start a conversation. You got to plan a date. Like, and your date can't be, let's just go eat dinner and we sit on our phones while we're on a date. Like, just be intentional.
Oh no, so I hate that phone thing, man.
Yeah, if I can give the fellas anything, like, that's one of the things I want to make sure we do is encourage these fellas, because we know black men are getting married. Black men want to stay married when they get married, but sometimes you just need voices that are saying the positive. So we want to give some of that to go with it. So thank you for giving me a space.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Please put your phones up when you're spending time with your spouse. I think everybody should just put their phones up after a certain time, but that's just me. I genuinely hate cell phones, like, for real. I hate, because I feel like it's just ruining all our connections. It's ruining just people in general. People don't know how to talk to each other. People don't look each other in the eye anymore. It's awkward when you tell somebody good morning or hi. If you look at them at the store, just like, oh, talking to me. Like, it's just, I just hate it. I really do. I hate it. It pisses me off. If I'm watching a movie with my wife and she's on the phone, I'll probably just get up and go do something else, because it's just like, we're not even spending time together. You're on your phone.
Yeah, you have to.
I literally, that's something I need to work on, because I'll shut down and I'll just like ignore you, and you know, it's like, why you grumpy? And it's like, you know, if you got to ask. Yeah. At this point, we've had that conversation enough that if you got to ask.
Okay, so this conversation here, we need to put a pin in for our later pod.
Yes,
I have a whole thing on that. So yes.
Okay.
Please.
All right. Well, take us out of here, Jack.
Me?
Let's get it clear. Clear.
For y'all who don't know, Radical Jack is the one that edits these pods. So every time we do stuff like this, I just think to myself, like, man, I got a long day ahead of me. But nah, this was fun, y'all. It's 10:46 my time. Rez is in Eastern time, so it's 11:46 for him. So yeah, we're all tired, you know what I'm saying? But appreciate y'all as always. Everyone who tunes in, whether you're a first time listener, last time listener, we're just three guys with a perspective, hoping to deliver a diverse way of thinking, open dialogue, always expand intelligence. I'm your boy Radical Jack. You can reach us on the TikTok, Say Less, Say More Pod. Everybody else, we got handles, but y'all should know it by now. Say less, say more.
Podcast.
Bye.